I said we're starting either way, so
Fair enough.
your next adventure just started, but end it.
I'm going back to a site of grace.
Not you.
Me.
There's a lot of crabs, okay?
Man, out of context, all these statements are just like, what?
Start the recording with that.
There's a lot of crabs here.
There's too many crabs! Oh god! And they keep doing AoEs.
Crap.
What? Crabs that do AoEs? What kind of OP shit is that?
What is this, Elden Ring?
Clean
No,
claw.
They're like helicopter crabs. They have the spin attack thing.
That's interesting.
Crab culture.
Oh, I can interrupt it though. Okay, good to know.
I hope I make it through session because
Interrupt the
my
helicopter.
computer is running at 90 degrees Celsius right now.
Oof.
I was wondering if like maybe your computer doesn't have enough pressure, so it's not moving air.
Maybe. Yeah.
It's hot.
It's
Yeah.
hot.
And, what's the like orientation of your fans? Is it like, do you have like a pull through?
Yeah, it's positive. Positive pull through, yeah.
Okay.
I have more intake than I do out exhaust. And a radiator. So I think it's contact with the
Well,
with the
like a
CPU.
yeah, the
Yeah.
seating.
Yeah, I don't think it's seated well. So
Need more
yeah, we'll
pace.
see. Yeah, I'm getting more
Need
pace
more.
tomorrow.
More
So,
fans.
see.
Yeah.
I don't think I need more fans. I think I'm
I
fine.
think you need more fans.
Can never have enough fans.
Full house fan.
I actually do have a house fan like blowing directly at me, so hopefully it helps.
Remember when I was a young lad and I had my first computer, I'd open the side and blow a box fan into my computer just to play games and stuff.
That's what I'm doing right now. Literally.
Just spray it down. It just wants water. That's why.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's exactly what it needs.
Water
So thirsty.
water is a better thermal coolant than air anyway. So
So
you know.
thirsty.
It's so thirsty. Please dust my wets.
Oh, wets, please.
Look, your beer's your PC's thirsty. Give it a beer. Just pour just a little bit.
No, I have
Sip it,
heard
young
that,
lad.
that beer can help with taking off old thermal grease if you need it. But anyway.
I've always heard, like super high whatever alcohol, but I mean,
Yeah, it's isopropyl. Yeah, that's like ideal. But
Speaking of alcohol,
I wonder if the Blues have any beer. I think it's the first time that quote's ever made sense.
Didn't you drop that last week too?
Oh, you're damn right I did. I am just a collection of the same jokes I've been using since high school. You guys keep laughing, so I keep telling
I'm
them.
all for it.
bring it back.
Rooster Teeth's dead, Grandpa. Let's take you back inside. That's so not on God.
do you ever wonder why we're here?
Gibbity toilet.
Meh. Where's my pickle muffins? All right.
Pickleback, that's my favorite band.
What is this?
An ode to asses.
Yes.
What are we doing here? Why are we here?
We're here
D&D.
to kill a god.
Is that what's happening?
Are you guys in San Francisco? Jesus.
Is that why it's all
okay.
gray and foggy? Oh, there it goes.
Yeah.
All right.
I don't like
You really
these
get
odds
this-
right now.
You don't like the what now?
I don't like these odds right now. I'm looking a little surrounded here.
That's the point.
Oh, you're just now noticing that?
I don't know how to tell you this. You guys are under siege.
Yeah, just kind of.
I was told this was going to be a casual siege.
Yeah, about a third of us are outside of the city too.
I don't know who told you that.
know.
I want to be honest. I have no idea what the fuck I'm doing either. I'm just sort of like, ugh.
Yeah.
Remember that reel you sent? You were like, and on top of a pile of coins is 2 dragons. That's me. Everyone loves dragons and dungeons. Shit, let's just give them another one. Fuck all that intrigue. They never listen to what I say anyway.
Dragons, though.
It's the dragons, though.
Especially if it's 2 of them.
I think it was like beginner DM. It's like, we're in a dungeon, and at the end you find a dragon, and everyone's like, fuck yeah! Woo! And then like intermediate DM, he's like, and at the end you find an undead serpent writhed in bones and with scaly wings. You mean an undead dragon? Well, yeah, but like and he's like expositing over all these like breadcrumbs he's left behind. And he's like, advanced DM, and atop a mound of coins sits 2 reptilians. Dragons, and they're like, fuck yeah! It's just circles back. Welcome, Brandon.
Brandon.
I made it.
Let's see this.
You made it.
Let's.
All right, let's get this shit going. Let's do
Yes,
this.
sir.
We rolling.
Rolling.
Back from battle again.
Come on.
Breathe in. Breathe out. What session are we on?
I have the slightest idea.
We are
77.
77.
Exactly.
How has it only been
Nice.
77 of these?
77.
The siege feels like it's lasted forever.
Oh yeah.
Oh yeah.
Oh, yeah.
It's all coming together.
Oh yeah.
January 2021.
Shit, are you serious?
Ooh, damn.
Fuck me.
Look at there.
No, back in January, I must have been doing something with like Skypeak at least.
Session 77. On the first day of the month, the 7th month. Wow.
Whoa.
An
What
omen.
does it mean?
Did everyone pay attention?
I can hear what you're saying, but be right back. Wife needs me.
Okay.
Enjoy your poop.
How dare you?
Yeah.
I
Didn't
wish.
say poop.
Okay.
His baby's poop.
Fucking under attack. Oh, the song was like really low. There we go. Just for a mix-up.
Usurda.
Ooh,
Whoosh!
is this
Go Vikings!
Scarab?
Go Viking!
How about him? How about
Are we fucking live?
I was about
Yeah, we are.
Oh, I didn't even know.
we should probably do a recap or something.
I'm just here riffing, waiting for the green light. I was like, oh, I should bring up the stream because I'm a big supporter of Ross Fisk at twitch.tv.
Yes.
Thank you.
He
Like
said
and
to
subscribe.
himself and Ross, as your only viewer,
I'm
I
here.
would like to make a motion.
I'm here.
Appreciate it.
Oh shit! I should join this rossfisk.tv as well. Is that right?
Is that how this works?
.tv/Ross.
Yeah, if you haven't joined rossfist.tv yet, you're wrong. That's it.
Rossfist
That's correct. You're wrong.
TV
Yes.
Twitch.
That's it. Yeah,
Yes.
you're wrong. You're wrong.
Do you-
Nothing
do you
else in
want
your
to be
life
right?
is correct until you join rossfist.tv.
Oh my
There we
You guys
go.
come correct or get corrected.
Or get correct, exactly.
Welcome to the stream.
Yes.
You are now correct.
You've been corrected. I'm still your DM. This is
I
the
remember
same
just
siege
following
in the
our
same
friends to
CG
school.
place. Somebody recap for us, and that person is going to be someone. I don't know who, but it's going to be someone. Here we go.
I hope.
I don't know why I rolled 3 of those. What the fuck?
I love it.
Why is it always Ed?
Is it me? Okay.
I mean, why?
I don't know.
Recap I put in memes.
What's that? You put a recap in memes?
Memes, yeah. We are
Okay.
fucking under attack.
Okay.
Isn't that how we used to do it?
Oh.
Like the first we
Well,
just
that's
look at the
a-
memes and
Oh, it used
recap
to
and be like,
be-
that's what happened. That's right.
Well, it used to be if somebody was absent, they had to try to recap from the memes, or at least that's what we did for.
Yeah.
Oh, that's a really good punishment there.
Yeah, this is a great recap. Thanks, Bill. This is
But
really
for today, I'm gonna need you to do a regular recap because we don't have a lot of time. So
all right. Let's go ahead and do it then. So last we left off, we were at the top of the siege. We begun with a meeting of the War Council, which was attended by attendees myself, Kaz, Wolf, Vulcan, Bud, and Zoom. While we were there, we witnessed the entry of a orcish figure by the name of Granache, and then Griswold, Aegis Naomi, and Rogel, who seems to be standing in for representative for Lathander. We were notified the Ranger General position was vacant, and there were voices in my head that potentially Trixie
That's
might
Bob
be
Hurst.
interested in this position, but Sylvia, in her wily ways, took it upon herself because Trixie wasn't there. She herself was aiding in the investigation of the Eastern Seas, where she had found, with the assistance of some scouts, some tentacle-like creatures, and some seemingly ill omens of a doom walker of the sea, to which she eventually would report back. That said, from back at the War Council, Granache divulged some information about the coming up. He himself had a bit of a purple glow to him, dressed a little bit similarly to Cronash, but was somewhat tattered. His skin was blackened and burned, possibly from some sort of infestation. But he was speaking of a hollowed one, an empty being, and that little was known about it. The traits regarding this being seem to be carrying over, and they seem to be similar in that they delight in pain. As far as creatures to expect, we are to expect insectoids with heavy armor and potentially infestation tactics. Aegis herself recommended that we focus on the Wolfcrest Gate, have some sort of retreat party, potentially have some sorties in the field, and have some mystics remain at city, large-scale review. Rogel would be focusing on healing. I myself, as Sylvia will whisper, would take on the Ranger General purpose and giving command directive for troops. We were given a bit of history about as they were contentious as a race, fighting for glorious death and recognition, and seemingly were forced to hiding when a lot of that was when a lot of the contentious wartime events were lessened, but has now been brought back forth with the Doomwalkers coming back into the. As we come back to the city, as we move out to the west, to where Scud and River himself tried to impart a greater restoration spell upon Cloud, who seems to be Dar, but it seemed to do little to resolve his issues. Cloud was to be taken by Celestian to safety, but seemingly without a ruby in his eye. At the War Council, Granache claimed that imps will maintain communications with us, and that he seemed to be living his best life within this moment. Dangle Pangle provided 3 vials, 11 explosive that we would potentially use in the later fight. Once Nightfall comes, at dawn, Nightfall comes, and we ready our positions so that at dawn we were to see thousands of troops and burrowing demons erupt from the ground. I had recalled that there was invisible droves of our melee creatures. They themselves had arrived, seemingly in a blur. Bud, before the fighting occurs, imparted a heroic speech at the gates, seemingly inspiring those at the. And then the siege commenced. The Scourge were spotted by those that were familiar, and they themselves were starting to begin a creation of crawls and screaming and pained yells as those that were needed were consumed and created anew. We imparted 3 airships to the skies to help in the form of mages and archers. And amidst that siege at the northern walls of Wolfcrest Gate, we had, I believe, Cass, Bud, and our resident monk Sam down the. We had Trixie towards the east, and in the skies we had my and Wolf and Zoom apparently, who decided to go on a bit of a side venture to one of the centipede growths in the eastern sides, using half of our charges to explode the worm and potentially hinder some of the potential reinforcements. Upon that event, we noticed that the western walls were weakening from reports from Vulcan. Remained to be a heavy battlefield, and during that time, enemy artillery and their knights arrived, to which we had to choose what gates were potentially important to hold. Back to Scudden River, they had crossed Ovella and got to know information, crossing again further west to eventually meet with the prince near the gates of Elandra. However, as they look back into the wake of their travels, Ovella itself was struck by a purple light and erupted in flame. And that is where we ended off. Does that suffice?
It always does. I know I can always walk away, and it's probably accurate. So grant yourself inspiration if you already have it. Grant it.
I don't. I shall use it. Thank you.
The only thing, well, and I did miss parts of it, so bear with me if I'm repeating information. But the only bits that I didn't hear were that we moved the fledgling god to the.
Oh yes, I did not mention that.
To the moon. The moon heart knot, that's what it is. I can't see it over the sun. Which with Foss casting a non-detection spell over it, and with you all having the intent of it being your final stand or moment of retreat, your avenue of retreat out of the city if it should fall. The battle is swarmed by several creatures. I'll remind you of them all as we go forward, starting with the foot soldiers erupting from the burrowing tunnelers, which are capable of climbing the walls with their barbed-like protrusions. You have these armored shriekers going up and over the walls. If I can actually show.
Looks like the tick on roids.
Oh, you hope it better doesn't latch onto you then. So,
Holy crap!
the tick on roids. In addition, you saw a few other creatures, including these bladed things, these guys, which have just recently surfaced, as well as 2 others, which we'll get to shortly. Did you mention that you guys blew up one of the tunnelers with some of your charges?
No, I mentioned
All right.
Starship Troopers.
So, yeah.
Delivered some democracy, yes.
Delivered some democracy aboard the Sky Dancer, leaving the northeastern front momentarily unguarded in an attempt to stem the flow of continual troops that are coming through at a sacrifice of some of your assets for potential blowing up of the wall or blowing up of bridges or whatever. Some of your ordnance has now been used. And I don't recall how much I said it was. I thought it was like a third or a quarter or something like that.
Yeah, I used half, so rounded
Used
down.
half.
So it was 11 charges, so we used 5. So
very good.
yeah, so we currently have 6 left, technically.
The main gates continue to take the brunt of the attack. However, you ordered your rangers to box out this area in an attempt to alleviate the garrisons on the river, which, should the river garrisons fall, any hope of retreat is mostly lost. And those currently evacuating the city would certainly be overrun. As a result, they've been diverted here, in Trixie's direction, which we come to you now, Trixie. And as you see, you stand side by side with the scouts that you had procured and utilized to great effect out in the eastern seas. And you have a contingent of knights and scouts fighting around you with a handful of mages, though the mages are preoccupied attempting to stymie whatever air cover assailants are coming from the skies and attempting to harry the troops. They don't seem too intent on passing over you into the city at this moment. They seem clearly intent on harrying your defenses atop the wall. And as you continue to fight for several hours in this position, you sort of become like a de facto lieutenant in this space, and as you give commands and points for prominence and targets, people tend to seem to listen to you. Sort of an odd position for you to be in, given that you like to stick to the shadows. However, roll me a perception check.
Is this me?
That's you. I've been talking to you the whole time.
Sorry, man. Everybody else was talking to me at the same time. Roll a perception check. That's intelligence. That doesn't make sense. Skills. I have none. What if I roll
Boy,
your
I feel
dad?
that. What if you rolled your dad? Who knows what could happen?
Enough. I think they'd be pretty embarrassed if I, where the f is my perception at? There we go.
Roll for dad.
Roll for dad.
Roll for dad.
31.
Wow.
That's what happens when you roll for dad first.
That's what happens. You get it. You got to get your dad out. Get him.
Gotta get your dad
that
out.
First load out. You know. Get that left nut out.
Everybody knows. First one out, so you don't look like a fool later.
That's right. That's right. That's advice from dads.
That's advice from
bona
dad.
fide, verified,
Thanks,
tried
Dad.
and true tested.
That's how you don't mess up.
This is how we had kids. This is how it happened. Got rid of old Lefty, and look at us now.
Look at us now.
I mastered one skill and forgot the other. Puerto Rican pull out. Okay, so as the fighting rages atop this wall, these armored figures continue to leap and bound, and as your soldiers are driving down lances and swords, and the few that make it up punch big gouging wounds into your allies as they are cut down in droves. It doesn't seem like they have any sort of inclination to stop, and the pain that is inflicted upon them almost seems welcomed and relished as they die in swaths.
They're masochist? Jesus.
Oh yeah. Yeah. They seem, the orcs' words of they seem to enjoy pain also seems to apply to them receiving pain in some capacity.
Oddly enough, one of Trixie's kinks is she's a masochist. So let's do this.
Good to know.
Let's do it.
I think it would be sadist if you enjoy inflicting.
I like pain, or I like
no.
giving pain. Can I be both?
She likes the pain. Don't ask
likes
how don't ask how their daughter was made.
Oh. Well.
Painfully, it sounds like. Pain for
But still a
someone.
good
I'd rather
time
not
and
know
all consensual.
Yeah, as long as it's consensual.
who. I'll give you inspiration if you give me Umlau and Trixie's safe word right now.
Umlau and Trixie's safe word? Oh,
Yeah.
Do you really want to know?
Yeah, I wanted. I said I'd give you inspiration for it.
It's
He's offered.
Umlulu.
It's a
It's
what?
Umlulu.
So after 5 seconds, he's like, Umlulu. I was like, already?
It's the one thing that made them laugh in between, and so they use that as a safe word. In Umlau's words, it's a real boner killer, mate.
Can't argue with that.
It's like the kill switch. He has to use it on himself. He's like,
Yeah.
Umlulu, there it goes.
This is, now you guys understand why he sings this song before he goes into battle.
Combat gets me Randy. All right. As you look out upon this battlefield, there's this moment of shifting as you watch the Sky Dancer rocket out over to your left. You take a moment, like there's like this lull in the battle, and you take this moment just to like rest and observe and look out. You see a mighty explosion as the one of those great centipede worms is ripped in half, and its gargantuan body turns upside down and careens back and clogs up the hole from whence it came, whereby closing a mode of access for these troops. But as you continue to strafe around, you can see a swarm of flying creatures heading your way. As they are repelled off of the main gate, they seem to just naturally flow this direction. As you catch your breath, you hear a voice in your head say, "Hey, wifey, just checking in, seeing how it's going. How you doing?"
You know damn well you're not supposed to use this line.
Oh, but it's been so long. Who could possibly be listening anyway?
Dude, that's
Everyone.
Well, it's just you and me. I made sure of it. And perhaps our daughter, but I don't think she actually knows any words yet. Well, not words that matter anyway.
What words that? Oh God, this is not the time. What do you want? What is it?
Oh, I just wanted to say I love you, and I miss you, and I hope you're really safe, and you're not putting yourself in any sort of extra danger.
You're kidding. You're fucking joking with me, right?
Would I joke?
Yes. That's pretty much like more than half of our relationship is you a fucking joke.
That's not very nice. You love the other half where I'm giving you the pain. And his voice gets this like really deep, unnatural husk to it. That just...
She blushes super extra hard. Yeah, that's exactly what it is. Lulu. She's like, yeah, kind of cringes a little bit. She's like,
anyway, I was just hoping you were safe. We haven't heard anything from anybody recently, but oh, look, there's an imp here coming. Anyway, I'm gotta go. Bye.
and
His message ends.
it's like, where would you find an imp? Anywhere. What are imps? Damn it. No.
You hear one last message. She's going, "Oh yeah, and be safe. I love you. Bye." And that's it.
I just fingers on my nose, like in the bridge of my nose, and just like
Fingers where I can see him.
yeah, where I can see him. Just like, well, I married him.
You did. And as you think on all those times and the fun times, the weird times, the painful times, which are also good times, the inspiration is coming from this whole scenario. I haven't addressed your 31 perception yet. As you take a kind of a lighter step and a new spring to your step, you look out over the battlements and you see you hear screaming as several people are eviscerated down within the city reaches, and you see a yawning portal open and one of the Sinborn scourges erupt from its depths and begin approaching the city. Amongst them and behind them you see humans, knights, and mages approaching. It seems that the Yumi's contingent of knights has finally arrived. knights and
I
soldiers.
I immediately send out word to retreat and fortify. Who's on the Sky Dancer? Do I know who's on the Sky Dancer right now? Or
You would
do I know that
know
Sylvia's on the Sky Dancer
It's
since I was gone?
You knew that Sylvia had taken up a position on the Sky Dancer early on, and then you had seen with your keen eye Wolf take a rope ladder and abscond off onto the ship as well.
Okay.
And you also knew that they were sort of like in this general area, kind of keeping the air superiority at the moment. But now that they've had to drive forward, it seems that everything is converging on you currently.
Okay. How far is the Sky Dancer from me? Is it like a great distance?
It's a great distance, yeah.
Okay. Did we all use our legendary inspiration?
I have.
I think the only ones you have not are Bud
Us.
and
Yeah, Bud got a bonus.
I got
one.
mine back.
Yeah.
Vulcan's not needed as
Okay.
yet.
Did I
Bruce
get
not
mine?
used
Did I get mine back yet or no?
Not yet.
had you even
Not-
used it?
I used mine. I used mine for
Yeah,
the
See,
yeah.
Oh, that's right.
I used mine at the sea. Fuck.
to save some of the
Uh,
scouts.
Yeah, because
Yeah.
I was
Which is-
I was gonna use it to do just a huge misty step, just like a legendary misty step to the Sky Dancer, and just be like,
Whoa,
"Get the fuck out the way." Yeah, I was like, I'm
That'd be
getting out the way of
crazy.
that.
That's like
That's why I
a
was-
foggy step.
That's why, that's why I asked if we had our legendary action. That's why I was like, this isn't gonna work regular.
You're unclear if that would work or not, but hell, I'd be willing to let you try.
that's why I asked. Like, I mean, shit. Even if I can
Drinking
get
wine.
halfway there, yeah.
Right.
No, you would not be able to get halfway there, not even remotely.
Not
You'd
even
be able to get down into buildings below
Right.
you for sure, or buildings behind.
Okay. So what I want to do is, I call for the retreat and to fortify the wall. I'm going to take off towards the inner city.
Okay.
God, I'm like, is the creature's too far for me to cast anything, especially if I'm calling for a retreat? I don't have the legendary. All right. Yeah, I'm just gonna go.
So, just to paint a picture for you, you are currently on the wall already.
Yes.
Everything is, all the defense is happening on the wall. You guys aren't like outside of it or something like that.
Yeah.
People are diverting attention from the surrounding threats near the river down closer to. You, out of the corner of your eye, you see a imp hunched like a gargoyle on one side and is scratching his ears like a dog. He's like, and he's like picking something out of his nose and like, and he eats it. But you do recall that the orcish warlock said that these imps could be used to spread messages and news around, should you need it.
I
but yeah,
turn around. I turn around and grab that imp and say to him, "Tell my stupid husband to keep my daughter safe and to quit calling me," because I was like, he was next to an imp right before. And then I say, "Now send a message to Sylvia and tell her to get me the fuck out of here." And then I turn around and pull out my sword and start heading towards the inner city.
Okay, so you're in full retreat then.
I'm in full retreat. Yes.
Sounds good. Are you calling for everyone else to retreat or trying to hold this gate that you're on?
I'm calling them to retreat to the wall and to fortify.
Okay.
To fortify the gate. So if they
Sounds good.
can somehow funnel back to the wall, fortify the gate to keep pushing them down towards the other gate or closer to the river as much as possible. If they're not able to, then just fortify the wall, that gate as much as possible.
Roger that. Are you trying to leave stealthily, or are you just gonna like hop out and everyone can see you? Deuces, I'm out of here.
Oh, I look at everyone and say, "Ninja dust," and cast fog cloud, and I bounce.
All right,
I'm gonna fucking
You're
kill
gone.
Out there.
You see a swath of creatures descending on this place, but for you, That is history. Let's see here. Then we move on. You move at great speed. Indicate to me where your goal is, where you're headed.
My goal is to get as close to the Sky Dancer as possible. So if there's any type of move that I need to make to get on it, it'll be much easier to do so.
Okay.
I try to keep that in my vision as I'm moving throughout the city, kind of just keeping an eye out.
So the Sky Dancer is out here, right?
Oh, the Sky Dancer's out
you-
there. Oh, okay, I thought the Sky Dancer was in the city. That's my fault.
So you have access to 2 other airships. If you hover over their tokens, they've got names, and you can see that they're not the Sky Dancer.
Then I go to towards the Ovellan sky. I apologize.
All right, sounds good. I'll head you over there, and do want to. Nope. Okay. Sounds good.
I also have my sword, so I cannot. So if anything happens, I cannot be surprised, and any of my allies within 30 feet of me cannot be surprised. So as I pass through people next to me, all that good stuff.
You can still be ambushed. You will not be surprised.
I'll take it.
I totally
All right.
expected this ambush.
I knew it was
Vulcan.
coming.
I knew I couldn't do anything about it.
Vulcan, you are surrounded by dwarves and warforged and a smattering of other knights and such. Somehow every dwarf or otherwise has been rallied to this area and just naturally kind of come to this place. If they were in the city doing God knows what, they're here now, it seems like.
I have an army.
It's loud, it's argumentative, and it's there's a lot of interplay of engineering ideas of how they could have reinforced this wall better, built the city better, fortified it better. You can't help but think that
Wish we were back in Halgren.
which was a dwarven city that fell and was sacked from
Real
the
quick,
inside
Matt, I'm
out.
sorry. Can I retcon my message to Sylvia real quick since she's in the Sky
Certainly.
Dancer? So I change it instead of come pick me up since I'm going towards the Ovellan sky. I tell her about the whatever scourge monster, crazy whatever that monster is, and just say that should probably be our target. And that's what I tell the gargoyle.
Got it.
Or the imp.
The imp races off. You don't get the impression that it is capable of the message spell, but it is like flying around relaying messages by wing. So carrier, a la carrier pigeon.
Gotcha.
So it races off in the direction of the Sky Dancer.
Sweet.
For you,
Thank you.
For you, Vulcan, as the main crush of forces fall upon the team of Kazdaye, Bud, and Samaville, you occasionally see just like flares of magic, divine magic bursting from that side. Like small sonic booms erupting periodically from some sort of explosion, likely from one of your compatriots. On your end, you are rock solid, dude. Nothing's getting through this gate. You reinforced it. All these dwarves are here.
Holding.
But as the crush of army hits this gate, they just naturally slide around as they meet no purchase on this wall. They start moving down toward the Pearl Arch, and the winged creatures start trying, in an attempt to gain any sort of superiority, start moving toward the trade secret, the other skyship on your side. What do you wish to do?
Are the ballistas flexible enough to try to take down the flyers? Or
They
is it
are
you, like-
flexible. They're flexible enough, but are largely pointed outward. They don't really pivot in a way that
Okay.
like they're meant to be shooting over the wall, down
Yeah.
or up, but don't really like. You'd have to stand like you'd be standing on the opposite side of the wall, or outside of the wall,
Mhm.
to try and turn it around in a sufficient way to shoot backward.
I'm not imagining that I have enough range support on the wall then to deal with the flyers, because we're holding the ground pretty well. But it sounds like, with the
you're
exception
holding
of the
what's
trade
coming over the
secrets,
wall. Yeah, but it seems the range options you have seem to be thinning their numbers, but they seem to be targeting the trade secret now instead of trying to harry you. A lot of your range support sits on the trade secret, raining arrows and magic down on everything.
Do I know of any other support, either on the wall or in the city, mages or otherwise, that would be able to support the trade secret?
You could always do. You're surrounded by a mixture of warriors, rangers, and mages. If you want to divert your resources, you could attempt to gather whatever mages you could in your immediate area and send them off.
Yes, to hold the pearl. What? Yeah, to focus on the Pearl Arch side.
All right. So you're diverting forces to move down, move south.
Yes, mostly ranged.
Right. Mostly ranged. Okay. Very good. And likewise, as you divert your forces, you see one of these Sinborn scourges lumbering out along the streets. Behind them, you see the contingent, or amongst them, you see a contingent of humanoid forces, and they, unlike the armored foot soldiers have, or like the Sinborn foot soldiers have ladders and various things that they seem to be wanting to lay siege to this this wall.
I assume we're doing the correct thing in displacing, removing, repelling the ladders where we can.
We'll see. The news is similar for you, Bud and Koss.
Wait till they start digging under the wall.
What's that? Well, yeah, just you wait.
See someone
a
running
special
with a
treat.
large barrel.
There's a special treat for exactly right. He's just got a torch. There's a special treat for you as you look out. That is not what that's supposed to be. What
I was
the
like,
fuck?
that's actually.
It's an airship.
It's a 2-scale airship.
Does Bud get some like special tuna? Because he's been a good cat.
Well, she's locked up in the dungeon. Meow.
Meow. Okay, that's the right one. Let me hang on.
Nobody
Seems
says
I've got some wired drops.
celibate.
When we get back to Helm's Church, that'll be the first thing I change.
The fuck you will.
Honestly, the fuck you won't.
Technically correct.
Look, it's barbed for your pleasure.
How thoughtful.
How does masturbation work for you? You have to wear gloves or like
Not great, Bob.
Not great, Bob.
you got one of those like cut proof gloves that like
Oh,
Chainmail glove.
chain.
yeah, exactly right. Great.
Damn.
Don't the barbs get caught in between the rings? Man.
And a UV light to spice it up.
Oh,
Hey.
what a wonderful
All right, let
medieval
me
image.
try that again. Nope, still fucked. Hello? Once more, with feeling. Hey, we got it. All right.
Yo.
Get rid of that, get rid of that.
Hold on. Let's zoom in real close on here. I don't like that.
You don't like that? I thought you liked that.
That's, you know why? Because you see these big ass tokens, those are just like swarms of guys. But that is a whole ass dude.
That's a whole ass dude.
Oh.
That's
That's
a big
like the
bitch.
size of a building.
Whoa.
Are those
Is that one guy?
tiny hands on
What the
its
hell is
head?
that?
That's also a mouth?
Hang on, I'm lit. Just
Sorry, oh,
give me a sec here, and I'll show you the doom at which you are.
Oh my god.
Get that
It says the
spawn
sky
of
dancer.
Nurgle looking ass out of here.
Sky
What is
dancer,
that? What's
guys.
that? What's that little guy right next to him over there? Was that his little
That's-
slave there?
No, that's
Little
the
man
troll
for
guy.
scale.
is that a bud
Man
for
for
scale?
scale there? Is that his handler?
Which
Man,
guy?
His
Is he
legs
the-
have arms.
Yeah, it's not him. No, he's not the guy we're worried about. It's the little
Matt.
guy that he brought in on his chest, right?
Oh, is there a little guy for scale?
Yeah, the bottom
I
left.
think there's a little guy for
Mhm.
scale.
Is he my name's not Rick.
Brilliant. Yeah, sure. That's his size. Why not?
God damn. That is huge.
Pretty fucking big.
Jeez, dude.
And he is lumbering down this road over here. That is not, I mean, fairly accurate size, but he's about as tall as like the gate itself. I'll say for scale. He's also surrounded by a bunch of these guys, big and hulking bruisers that are also like
Balrogs minus the fire.
Yeah, right. But like they are giants in
Jacked
size,
Balrogs.
but they seem to be
Cool.
flanking this thing. They carry no weapons, or if they do, they're tree logs or like stones and chain, like just crude improvised weapons that fit their size. The giant creature that's approaching the gates, no weapons at all, just fists. You can assume it's intense.
Can we have Samaville challenge?
Samuel challenge what? To an arm wrestle?
Bad joke.
I lo-
Anyway.
you cut out, Daniel. Sorry.
Oh, okay. Yeah, you got it. Samaville challenge it to a. Anyway.
He's fueled by pure hate, so I mean that's
Yeah,
enough
oh,
right there
yeah.
to.
Speaking of Semiville, you hear him say, "That's a big bitch."
It's a huge bitch.
Everyone sees it. Like it's impossible to miss. Like you just see it out there. Vulcan, you can see it too. You're just like, holy shit.
I've burnt my eyes.
Is it big enough?
Yeah,
for
that's not my problem.
the Skydancer folks?
Say again.
Is it
What?
Big enough for the Skydancer folks to see it as well?
It would be. But we'll get to you guys in a second.
Fair enough.
And as these these hulking figures start approaching the gates, you can only assume it's here to break them down, and that's it. Singular purpose.
Legolas.
But I'm gonna make you primary on this, since Samaville's not here and I'm me.
Make me. Make
I
me.
know what I would do, but you know, it's a whole other thing altogether. Likewise, you see the scourges, Sinborn scourges, infestors hit the field and begin marching upon the gate. We're gonna switch up the music. Is this a ambient sound? What is
Nice
this?
relaxing rain.
Yeah, sounds
Yeah,
like
what the
rain.
fuck?
So it begins.
Is this an ambient sound? Hang on.
Nice.
So does the ASMR
Let's turn it way up in
again.
just a second.
First, we'll relax them
Oh, yeah.
and put them in,
This
put them into a
this is
focus.
completely ambient.
I was like, okay, I can hear guys repairing the gate.
Yeah,
right.
Waiting for it.
That's him. He's like clunk, clunk, clunk against the gate. How about this? What does this sound like? This is also ambient. Fuck off. All right, we'll go back to something else. Anyway, what would you like to do, bud?
What the fuck is that thing? What?
Where have you been?
I had to deal with my children. What is this?
That's approaching our gate.
Northern
Technically,
Gates.
that's still our Trixie's problem, but
Yeah.
Umlau just showed up. I'm just kidding.
he's about to bring the pain.
Okay.
Lulu.
I told you I would get you, kitty guy.
A secret I should have never told.
It'll never go away.
It does one of those. Bud sees this thing coming through the mist off in the distance. Just
Oh. Yari yari.
Nani?
Nani? This is haunting.
great. The soundtrack is Demon Lord. Remind me again, because I went back through my notes and I actually didn't have like specifics on using my legendary special ability. Does that
Well, then it
just?
didn't happen. I'm just kidding.
Oh, fuck me.
Oh, in the toilet. You should have taken better notes.
I'm out of here.
Guys, I gotta go. All right. So, you're referring back to when you were at the Helm's Chapel that was ruined in the Awakening, and you
Correct.
saw yourself in the little puddle there.
Yeah, and I had used it then, and then you had given me. I got it back.
Yes, you did.
So I'm considering. Does this ability allow me to, essentially get my one phone call, to Helm, kind of like for almost like a pseudo divine intervention of some kind.
Well, technically, it is a new day, so you wait. Right? No, you haven't technically used it. What occurred in that ruined chapel, was more of a connecting back to your roots and to your god.
Okay.
Less so a divine intervention. So you have not successfully used it yet.
Okay.
In that introspective moment, you garnered a halo. And as your thoughts stray to Helm for help, it vibrates somewhat, and you feel a warmth suffusing your head and around. Roll a religion check with advantage since it's in your own head.
Ooh,
T6.
solid.
The halo feels like untapped potential. It's something that you think you could twist in multiple ways. If you reached out to tap it. What it could do, though, you wouldn't know until you used it, essentially.
Yeah.
But in some ways, you feel like it's limited to your imagination only.
Okay. So here's what I would do. I'd be cashing in said powerful magics with the from on a heart level, wanting sending a prayer out directly to Helm. There has never been a greater time to protect your children, your followers, the free people of this land than now.
And you say that, and you see these centipede arms start crawling up over the wall. First, these, I'll reshare it just so it's on the top of your list.
Yeah.
These barbed mouths searching first, and then a horned head second. There's two of them that start approaching over the wall. The knights around you waver under the sudden influx of troops, and Koss steps forward. Suffused in shadow and moonlight, you see something in him shift, and all of the light around you, like the shadows, just suddenly take a shift in a different direction. They all just they cast out.
We lost him.
You lose him?
Oh no.
He frozen.
No.
Shadow.
What did you get? What did you hear? What did you not hear?
We heard nothing. You cut out.
It's like 30 seconds.
The last thing you said was the shadows shifted.
And ruined my internet. The troops around you begin to waver on the sudden onslaught and influx of creatures over the walls. And as these centipede creatures start creeping their way up and step over with their humanoid legs, you can see them with their horrible lines of teeth and horns and pure intent to kill. Koss steps forward, and those shadows seem to cling to him and below these creatures. And he uses his heroic inspiration to overcome any sort of fear resistance and root them to the spot as your prayer continues.
For I am your shield, and my brother here is your sword. Smite these beasts in the name of Helm, and we, your humble servants, will do the rest. Hold my
And
shield
what's
up
the-
high.
Got it. Are you? What's the
my
goal
hand.
here? What do you?
Visually,
Divine intervention.
Essentially, yeah. Do like a kind of float up off the ground a little bit. All the other like entry level clerics and data entry clerks all around behind me, just like sending me up their magic.
Churches in D&D are just big tech moguls.
That's all it is.
We're just swaths of data answering your prayers. Gen AI is God.
Tech bro.
God, please answer my prayers. I don't know how to answer that. Submit it. We'll get back to you in 3 to 6 business weeks.
Oof.
As you raise your shield, you see at your words the halo has risen upward and outward, and as you raise your shield up, it just boom drops down onto your shield, and it now glows with a radiant light. Are you doing divine intervention actually, or this sounds like a divine intervention is what you're asking?
It feels
so.
like it. Yeah, if that's
Okay.
something that essentially yes, have a god come and clear this entire gate at least for now.
We'll see.
We'll see. That's what I pray for.
Roll your divine intervention die. Let's see what happens.
Are you using your epic inspiration?
Yes.
Nice.
Well, I can roll for that, Matt. Just
It's a D100.
okay.
Baby.
31 fortunately is not it. As the halo activates, you get the impression you're asking for a lot. And sorry, hang on, let me just look up divine inspiration real quick to make sure I'm right, but I'm pretty damn sure I am. These pop-ups, go away. Nope, that's something entirely different. Hold, please. If you can link it faster, that'd be great. Intervention, not inspiration. Idiot. You get this pretty early on. I'm surprised you haven't been using it more. Equal to or lower than your cleric level. Okay. So as you suffuse yourself with Helm's divine magic, he doesn't answer your call in the way you want, which is to just smite everything on this rooftop. It seems like Samaville and Helm and Helm, which is me, Kazaye and Samaville are now just like, as fear grips all the creatures around Kazaye, just rips into all of them, spear and fist flashing with divine energy, lopping off limb and head in every option they can. You think you could do one of several things. You could remove all of your Sinborn corruption right now. You could attempt a reroll on the divine intervention, or you can empower your healing. For how long, you couldn't say.
Okay. So clear my corruption.
Completely, you think.
Mhm.
You can feel it as like from the shield. You watch as your hand is like turning into golden fur once more, just by proximity.
Fuck. Okay. Empower healing, and what was the second thing?
Empower healing or a reroll on the divine intervention.
Well,
Are
I
you
gotta
feeling
get a
lucky,
10 or
kid?
less. 10% chance.
It can happen. It can happen.
You know what?
10% chance is not 0.
It's not,
That's actually quite a lot.
Well, before I make the decision, let me open up another one of these mini bottles here.
Is that the Highlands or the
this is-
you drank the Lowlands
is-
last time?
This
right?
is a 15-year-old Highland, Invergordon, first filled bourbon barrels. So Let's
The
go ahead
lowlands
and,
are away.
send
Paging
a
Dr.
prayer-
Highlands.
Send a
Paging
prayer
Dr.
up to Helm
Highlands
with
to
this
the
bottle.
warfront.
And
Aging Dr. Helm, you're needed in the OR.
so the corruption for me, that'd be very selfish, but also benefits come with that. Empower
Yeah,
the
because
healing.
because you are maxed out on corruption, and you don't know what that could do,
Right.
given that you're fighting cultists, but you are vulnerable in
Mhm.
some ways to them. You know that.
The empowered
In some
healing
ways, in big
help.
ways. It's. Sorry, say again.
Oh, I'm just talking out loud. Ooh, this is good. Yeah, dude, you know what?
God damn.
You know, I'm gonna clear my corruption completely.
God damn, this is
Oh.
clearing me up just like this whiskey.
I've been baptized in the light of Helm.
Ooh, there's a pillar of light on this side as you are suddenly suffused with your deity's energy. Oh, it's adorable. Look at that face. Look at that face. You wipe that loving smirk off your face. You're so in love. Gross.
God, I'm gonna be sick. I can't wait to get you drunk.
God.
That's on stream.
Your wedding has alcohol, right?
Yes, sir.
Thank God.
Your wedding has boys, right?
It's about as dry as me. And as you just bask in this warmth of light, and you just feel like this chill and damp just sort of wash off of you. You go through it's not like a reverse Beauty and the Beast moment where the beast turns into a human, but it's like that with a lot of light. As you get your fur back, your luscious locks, and you're like, now I can fuck again.
That was a rule of corruption. No fucking.
No fucking. Celibate
Man.
forever.
I'd call this a win.
You wanna know why Koss is so angry all the time?
Oh.
That's my secret cap on good
Explains a
blue
lot.
bald forever.
Yeah.
So
I want to kill
for-
everything too.
For the cutscene effect of it, you know, drop back
Oh, yes,
onto the
please.
ground, fully cleansed. I would almost imagine like a visceral, like an image. Like if Koss were to look to his side, he would see almost like a puddle of this corruption, and I'm shining like a sparkle, like a shine, pure as snow, ready to go. And let's do this.
Bruh.
Is that part of it too?
Was that burp in character?
It's cleansing
That was
burp.
awesome. That gas is the best comedic timing, I swear to God.
I down
Can't
the
write that
soldier
shit.
next to me's wineskin and one sucked.
That's all I needed. I just needed booze to get it all out of me.
That's all we ever
Um,
need.
As you watch this puddle of corruption at your feet, it bubbles and roils like acid on the floor. You see it's like an ichor almost, in vaguely sentient. It almost has like ooze-like qualities where it attempts to like reach back for you. A parasite researching for its host. But within this divine energy, it just smolders and bubbles and eventually boils away.
Love that.
And as you stand tall once more, you have an opportunity to smash a spell into the last remaining scourge within your vicinity and blow it back over the wall.
Oh, word? Okay. Shit, well then, why not? I'm gonna use, I mean, this actually hits like a son of a bitch. We're gonna do a word of radiance.
Nice.
You know, just utter my divine word. Holding out a hand, kind of like a, you know, cinematically like Neo holding out his hand. Just hand held out, and light begins forming, like almost like beams of light shining through this this closest Sinborn here. Yeah, let's go ahead and it needs to make a DC 18 con save.
All right.
Fuck you.
Ooh.
You use your heroic inspiration to give it disadvantage.
Yeah, I will.
Oh,
Yeah,
oh,
that's much
oh.
more like it. And as you just
Alright.
blast
Yeah, yeah,
forth, roll your damage.
15.
Yeah, and you just see it smashed down to one knee by Kazdae and uppercutted by Samaville. You just see this boosh, like this flash of divine energy, and as it reels and takes 2 steps back, its arms like flailing with centipede-like legs. You just smash it with a word of radiance and goes straight over the side, down into the depths below. Very good.
A final
nice.
thing I would just say: are we on like ramparts here, like the
Yes.
like a open
Yes.
part? So like, if I were to look behind me or to my sides, kind of through like the towers of this wall, I could see all my fellow soldiers and stuff.
Yes.
Okay, I would just send out a less of actually casting anything, but more just showing this big show, big bright flashing lights, and this thing being expelled to all of the soldiers around us. Just let out a shout that Helm is on our side, and
And everyone's arms are lifted as the 3 of you remain a bulwark against the dark, and remain a shining beacon amongst the gate that is under the biggest threat.
keep it up.
Now, Vulcan, your own scourge has approached and is climbing up and over the wall. You can see the dwarves all you take priority by attempting to hack at it, but their weapons and arms seem to have little or lesser effect than they would hope as they smash on it. You see it's one of its centipede arms just latch on top of one of the nearby dwarves and burrow itself into his body.
Oh shit.
And its other flailing arms start just reaching for dwarves and others nearby. A warforge comes up and smashes it, and likewise it takes the impact of the centipede, but it doesn't seem to there's not enough flesh or organic material for the centipede to really gather enough to control. But as the dead fall and these centipedes start squirming within their bodies, you see a new thing start rising up on the ramparts from the corpses of your erstwhile companions. Boom, boom.
Oh, more centipede creatures.
I don't like it.
And you
But
recall
they're small though, right?
they are humanoid figures, but they're converting your
Sport
soldiers into their own. And as you witness these centipede-like protrusions from it, you remember
I hate
a long time ago a lighthouse, and Kazdae telling you that in Ovella these creatures could create thralls and create spawns for itself. So where this creature now rises over the ramparts, it's now doubling its threat area by consuming those around it and turning it into its own foot soldiers. What do you do?
Can I take a preliminary swing at the centipede Sinborn arm?
Absolutely. It's got many, but you pick and smash your hammer against it, and you, with a magic weapon, find your damage to. You smash the centipede and just kind of it doesn't snap off, but it's now crushed, and you see the front half. It's moving. They're now moving independent of each other. You see the arm trying to move the centipede, and the centipede's just squirming like it's had its spine broken.
I would like to incite whatever mages I have left or on hand to imbue everybody's weapons if possible. Perhaps some magic.
A lot of your mages have been diverted at this point, but whatever few you can gather, you give orders to. But this one still remains a threat. Do you deal with it, or do you try to just step aside for someone else to handle it?
I don't know who else there is. I will.
It's you, dog. You're out here.
It's me.
Just you?
I will be attempting to damage it on my side. So yeah, I'll stick around basically.
Very good. As though we were in combat, go ahead and roll a round of attacks, and let's see what happens.
What is this character? 3 times.
Oh,
As
okay,
one.
okay. Good start. Good start.
I'm just gonna do all the attacks at once and then do the damage after.
Another one.
Does do.
Keep going. Keep going. Hopefully it hits.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Sorry, I'm
AC is.
looking for my own shit. Of course, it's not in here. It's somewhere else.
Cost of shit.
Did I ever have it to begin with? Watch out. As you smash down onto another centipede arm, I assume you're just going for the arms, correct?
Yes. That are
Are you going for the
wall.
centipedes themselves, the arms? Are you targeting
No,
anything?
the main one.
Sounds good. Yeah, as you just smash into the stump of its arm, it lets out a cry, and as it lurches forward, it's just got this horizontal row of teeth, and as it just and it's your whole body could fit in its mouth, essentially.
Not a fan.
Think vibes of what's that one monster in Dark Souls 1 that's in the sewers?
Oh, the
Gaping demon.
Yeah, dragon.
Dragon,
No, what?
the gaping dragon or something.
Doesn't it
Gaping
look
dragon?
like an old Chinese dragon with a really wide mouth?
No, it's the one where the chest
dragon.
is.
Oh yeah.
Oh.
It's all teeth.
Yeah.
Just all teeth.
Mm,
Oh, got it.
I'll find it for
Like
you.
a gluttony.
I think I know what this one is. One of the few.
But all 3 of your strikes hit. And as you smash one of its arms, you see it's down but not out, and it lashes out with its remaining arm at you. 4 attacks as the centipedes just lash over your body.
No.
Did
4.
I cut out? I saw everyone freeze for a second.
I don't know.
Briefly.
I heard
So you said
4
4
attacks.
attacks. Yeah.
You heard the pertinent
Maybe you said
information.
2 attacks.
That's my secret. I'm always frozen.
Listen, I wasn't frozen for me. I heard me. What is your AC?
19.
I don't know, but I'm pretty sure 51
19.
beats it.
I'm pretty sure 51 beats.
54.
All except 1 attack hit.
Yeah.
And you can feel these centipedes burrowing in your circuitry as you take this much.
Oh,
43.
Hands in there. Holy crap.
You took everything.
Damn.
You took it all.
Hey guys, I'm gonna have to hop off. I'm not feeling too hot right now.
Oh shoot.
Sounds good. Feel better, dude.
Oh,
Spider-Man,
Godspeed, my friend.
take
Sorry,
care.
buds. Night.
Have a good one.
Have a good night.
I'm here, but be right back.
Beer.
They're dropping like flies. You find yourself isolated and alone.
No, those are the dwarves attacking me, or that's the
That's just the scourge attacking.
Got it.
You see the infected dwarves just fall upon your troops and surrounding. You feel the shift of momentum as you're suddenly waylaid by more than you thought.
Mhm.
What do?
How it responded to my attacks, right? I know I did full damage, but it
Yes. Just not dead.
just not dead. I can keep going.
Did you even roll damage? I'm saying that out of my
No, you
ass.
did. You didn't. But I was like, I didn't know if you were doing damage or
Roll-
whether
roll
just
damage,
the
roll
attacks. Okay. There's one. So aggressive.
That's a
two.
great roll.
That's 3.
Nice.
Very good.
54 damage.
What I said is still true.
Solid.
Very solid though. It is certainly hurt. So pretty much exactly what I imagined happened.
Okay. We could do this all day. If it's my
Can
if
you?
it's my proverbial turn again, I'm gonna
It
swing
is your
again.
proverbial turn again. Yeah.
Ooh, this time I will indulge in a fighting spirit and give myself 10 HP and advantage. And we will go again. That was supposed to be hit, so ignore that.
Oh, damage. Got it.
Yeah, total damage.
Oh,
for
we'll
me.
apply that damage here then.
Okay. That's swing
30 is
1.
more than enough.
Swing 2. Oh, I saw the crit.
Ooh.
And swing
Delicious.
3.
Pretty delicious. Yeah,
So
all
we'll
of
do-
it.
Okay, so I'll roll 2 more damage.
Oh,
And 1 more. So we're at 38 plus 58. No, wait. Did they say 38? 60 damage. 60 damage.
Yeah, 60 even. It's on death's door, but as you smash into it, you can feel its carapace crushed inward, and it's like flailing around trying to get its remainder. So, are you say smash? Are you action surging or what is that?
Oh, I mean, I was just miming it out. I could action surge.
That's up to you, dude. I can't tell you otherwise.
No, that's all right. We can outlast.
Okay. You can outlast. All right.
Within these walls.
Just gonna tank. It's just a brawl back and forth.
there's a
Less
crit
than
in
last
there.
time, but one of them is a crit. First
Heroically,
misses.
can I negate that crit? Imagine,
you
see
negate
the
it?
backdrop. It's me on the wall, alone, surrounded by dwarven centipedes. I alone stand against the giant, smashing its hand with my fingers or with my hammer. It's an oil painting.
And how do you do it? Give me a little more detail, and I'll give it to you.
Basically, I want to like plant into the ground and stand stoically, like an iron fortress. An army of one.
An army of
To
one.
accept his assault.
And so you accept and drive, plant, and you feel it go forward, and you feel something else inside you pushing back against it.
It's not a centipede, is it?
Something from. I have my own centipede, bitch. No, it's something a little more like spiritual that you haven't felt in a while. Pushing against its influence and driving it backward. There's a small and it just like sort of like repels a little bit. It rolls again. Watch me roll another 20. I see it on that die.
Yeah, right, it's very close.
With a plus
Yeah,
6,
you're
it's still
stationary.
hits, but it's not. You feel it trying and having to push a lot harder to get inward through your armor.
Hmm.
1, 2, 1, 2. So only
Come
2
at me,
hit
bro.
this time. And with the with the 16, you outpace it enough to just then take your round and smash it to bits. Just green splat like a bug. It pops a little bit as you hit it with the hammer in its final blow and just flatten it. And a lot of that carapace just crushes, all brittle, and it splats across the ground. But there's work to do. As you look around, your dwarves are flagging as their sudden, as a sudden zombie apocalypse suddenly ravaged your side
Close
of the
proximity.
gate. And it seems like it's trying to spread. The thralls seem like they're able to spread their infection, just not as fast.
Mhm.
It takes a little more effort and work for them to spread it around. So, But we'll cut away from you because Wilkin and Sylvia, you'll notice that you're surrounded suddenly.
Hey, Sylvia.
Yeah, you, Sylvia. You,
What?
Sylvia, you, Wilkin. Hi. Hello.
Oh,
You're surrounded. Say hi.
hi. Oh shit!
Oh god! You recall at the end of last session, I showed you these guys.
They caught you monologuing.
I caught you. You thought you was safe. You
That
are
was all the way
keeping
other
enemy
costs to
lines.
fight.
You were deep in enemy lines, and there are these creatures floating above the group. You see mages attempting to shoot at you from down low. You've done a tremendous amount of damage and have raised a bunch of hell. Both of you go ahead and roll d10s for me, Wolf and Sylvia, please.
Okay.
I need something more dangerous.
Yeah, you do.
Tribal's fine.
Did you drink all your Elijah Craig barrel proof?
That's long gone, bro.
Suppose you.
God, I need another bottle to remember the taste. I can't remember the taste of food. What was I playing before this? What does this sound like? Nah. No. Sorry while I try to look it up again. What does this sound like? Nope, I just stopped it. Try again. Once more, with feeling. Eller.
Is Zoom with us too, or did Zoom leave?
Yeah, he was. He was the one who planted the tree there.
Okay, yeah. Okay.
You left him behind.
Oh, is Zoom with you guys?
Yes.
I was like,
Yeah,
is he okay?
Zoom and I were the ones who airdropped in. We went into the help pods, and then I was like covering him as he ran in to plant the charges.
And then I shot the charges.
None of these are actually playing. Oh, this one's playing. No, that's a little more guns at noon. Guns at high noon.
Standing.
The guns of Navarro.
Oh, there we go. Now it's playing.
In
the interest of time, I'm just going to let this play for a minute. But you both rolled, and because the Sky Dancer is so fast, you drew a tremendous amount of attention. However, not everyone is quick enough to react to it. However, you see these floating figures rising up over the armies, and you see these tentacled creatures holding staves and tattered robes, and they start pointing at your ship. Each one starts. You're in danger. Each one starts casting a variety of spells, and more than what you would expect from a normal magic user. I would like you all. You all three. Zoom, Wolf, and Sylvia to roll dexterity saving throws for the ship, we'll say, as they take evasive maneuvers.
Based on our dexterity rolls?
Sure, fuck it, who cares?
Okay.
I do have advantage because I can see them.
Oh, that's weird. It didn't roll on this one. I guess I'll roll again.
Sure.
It's not rolling. I don't know why.
I see a 25 in here.
Yeah, it was 25 on Beyond. Oh, there you go. Yeah, it went through. Okay, good. You can ignore the second one.
Yeah, ignore my second one. The mouse I discovered likes to double click randomly.
New peripherals, dog.
Yep,
Yeah,
I know. New rig, who
New
dis?
KVM, new mouse. It's time to upgrade. so everyone calls out all at once. Like you all see these figures start casting spells. They each cast out multiple spells. One cast.
Would I be able to cast silence at any of them before this happens? I was kind of letting you finish your description. But if this is kind of like this is the first volley, and then I can react after that.
No, you can't. You can. That's fine.
Okay.
Yeah.
Don't let him.
I don't know how close. But did it click there? Okay.
I would say for them to get within range of the amount of spells that they're able to cast, then that's fine.
Okay.
So as you attempt to cast silence, you see another one of the tentacles whip up, and your spell dies on your tongue as it counterspells you.
Ooh. Damn.
You see one cast 2 fireballs.
Whoa.
You see the other cast 2 chain lightnings. And it goes in this way. Another casts ice storm twice, and another casts something else. I don't know. I'll figure it out.
It's magic everywhere.
It's just magic, and they start just rising up, casting spells in your direction. Sylvia, with your dexterity, I would say. How do I draw? Hello. There we go. Or
Fire.
fire.
New text.
New text.
What is this
I'm
new
missing
text?
spell in my head.
Insane element of new text.
Do you guys see a new text somewhere else that?
Yeah. To the north.
Oh, that I drew. I just haven't typed it out yet.
Yeah. Blast
The
this
worst
new
of all
text.
the elements.
There's a spell on the edge of my, like the tip of my tongue, but I don't want to say it
elements.
because you guys are gonna be so pissed if I say it.
Oh no.
Great.
That was the spell I was thinking. That's too high a level, I think. Actually, what level is disintegrate?
7th level. I think. Right? I'm just guessing.
Boz just got the ability to learn that.
I want to say it's 7th level or 6th. It's not 8th.
It might be 7th. Let's find out. 6th.
Oh wow. I stand corrected.
That's not nearly as high as I thought it was. So
Pretty damaging
we're
spell
just
though.
gonna we're just gonna go for it. Okay. Please. 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 Hello? What the fuck?
Bueller. Bueller.
Okay. This one, instead of casting 2 spells, focuses on a single one. You see all of its tentacles draw up, and it casts Disintegrate
Great.
at the ship.
What the
so
ship?
you, Sylvia, yeah, it's not aiming at you guys, it's aiming at your ship.
That's smart.
You, Sylvia, have an opportunity here to call out a direction and avoid 2 of these 4 spells.
Oh goodness.
I know which 2 I would pick, but this is your decision.
Wait, call out a direction like west or east, basically?
You're essentially calling out a direction for the Skydancer to dodge in, right? Now, imagine
Essentially
if you
picking
will,
which 2
that-
spells to dodge.
Yes, but whatever 2 spells you choose have to be adjacent to each other. So you cannot dodge Disintegrate and Lightning, for example. You can dodge Disintegrate and Fire, Disintegrate and Ice, Ice and Lightning, Lightning and Fire, that sort of thing.
Okay. I wanted to get away from disintegrating fire, so I guess the southeastern direction. So
Sounds good.
southeast.
The Skydancer pitches suddenly, and everyone is thrown to the rails as the whole thing takes a giant curve. You see the railings struck by lightning, and it arcs all the way through the railing and through your hands and across the crew as you guys are chain lightning. Some of you lose a certain number of rangers in this endeavor as they just are unable to withstand that sort of spell. Meanwhile, the ice clings to the ship, slowing it down as it attempts to move. The sleet storm ripping through its sails and clinging to the sides, bearing its weight downward. But I will say, for having dodged those, that you move out in this direction, albeit slower than you were before. Because of this, the fire and lightning sorcerers will get another shot at you guys, but otherwise you will, in theory, outstrip the other two. Do you guys wish to do anything else?
Is there any way we could fight back? Yeah.
Yeah, I was gonna say,
Well, that's up to you.
I mean, if they're within like fireball range, I have like a range of 3 feet. So
Yeah,
I can pot shots at them. So I have something I want to do. I'm just double checking on something.
I will say
Yeah.
that this attack is going to be difficult because you're
Oh, yes.
moving away from them
Yeah.
and also trying to take evasive maneuvers. So the AC
Mhm.
is going to be higher, but you can certainly take a shot.
For sure. Yeah,
I'll do that because if I hit them, I can knock one of.
You can knock them. What? Sorry, you broke out.
I can knock somebody prone if I
Oh,
hit them.
nice,
Now
nice.
that I'm 11th level.
Okay,
So I'll target fireball guy.
do it.
Do a round of attacks.
You're like, you
Make it
call
so.
that a fireball? This is a fireball.
Ooh,
come
back
on.
damage.
Oh. What? Does
But
that-
as you take a shot, like take aim, you
wait,
you-
was
you-
that okay.
you grab onto the railing and you feel the energy move through your body, shudder you to your core because you're just metal. You conduct it all the way through until it grounds out. As the ship pitches, you swing around and bring your crossbow up to bear. And as you are about to shoot, the ship gives a lurch as it starts dodging another spell, and your
Can I
your shot goes wide.
Take my second attack, or
Absolutely, yeah.
Okay.
Go ahead. I'm just narrative. I'm not
There we
canceling anything out for you.
31.
How do you
Yeah.
recover from that first missed shot?
he'll kind of like, instead of like trying to steady himself, kind of slide back like on a one knee and kind of use them like when pushed pull sort of thing.
Yeah.
And kind of just go with it and like slide down the deck and sort of lead the target.
You adjust for wind and like as magic goes flying through the air, and you see extra fire come flying up over the ship. You don't have the wherewithal at this second to identify what that is, but as you just like start sliding backward, you take a careful aim and you're just kind of like, boop, against the railing, and that's the steady moment you have to take your shot, and you hit. Absolutely.
Yeah, and then because I'm level 11 now, when I use my bee Swarmkeeper thing, it will need to do. It needs to make a strength saving throw of. Sorry, let me find it. What is my DC? Where is it? Spells.
Of 8, right?
Is my save DC? I think
It's
that's
a strength save, you said?
Yeah, strength.
Okay. It will fail and tumble.
I move
Out
it
of the
5
air.
feet backward and knock it prone.
Sounds
Ooh.
good. It disappears into the crowd, so you're unable to see what came of it, but he definitely knocked it out of the sky and likely out of contention for any sort of fight, counteraction against you guys.
Cool.
Sylvia, what are you doing?
So I'd like to do a similar thing. I don't unfortunately have anything for prone stuff, but I do have. a bow. So as we're banking to the side, I want to use like whatever gravity is pulling us down. I'm gonna slide across the deck itself all the way until I hit one of the railings, and then just pull back. And as the deck is exposing itself towards one of them, try to shoot a single shot at, I guess, the lightning guy. Is that the one that's still up?
Yeah, that guy. Yeah.
And in Widowmaker fashion, just say, "I got you in my sights," and cast cast Hunter's Mark before shooting a shot.
Sounds good. Make it so.
Yeah.
She's not throwing away her shot.
Shot. Damn it! It didn't show up, but it will. Oh, there you go. It's just slow. Okay, and then that will be shot. I'm not using Oath Bow, so it'll be minus that.
Okay. Sorry, this
shows
for
up.
something else.
Okay, so it'll be 24 to hit.
Sheesh.
And ignore the sworn damage, but it will be. I don't think it will do sneak. I don't think I get sneak attack in this case, so it will be. It would have been 40, but it will be 13.
Give yourself advantage somehow.
Yeah, but no, I did piercing. So I did a Hunter's Mark, so it'll be 15 piercing.
You hear a multi-tone voice go "Raw!" as it like spins to like it like absorbs the damage and like does a twirl, and you see two of its tentacles raise up, and he casts two beams from it in your direction. One. Where are my numbers at? There we go. We got ourselves a 3 and a 10. That's nice. One. I need you to make a wisdom saving throw.
You being Sylvia?
Sylvia.
Okay.
Yeah.
Hopefully it shows up. It should be a 23.
You feel a sudden wash of fear come over you as this beam strikes you in the chest. But you resolve yourself. But the fear that you would hold, there's a small amount still left as the second ray goes wide and strikes the person next to you, just a ranger, and kills them instantly. A green, sickly energy just overcomes them, and it just washes over them, and they die immediately. But as your ship begins to gain ground, the mages fall back as well as you leave their ranges. But the Sky Dancer is now moving somewhat slower than before, and the crew has sustained some damage.
As we're kind of riding ship, I'll like just crawl over to Wolf and just, "We gotta get back." And I'll just for whatever time that we have, just check on whatever crew we have. And I don't know if there's any ways to like just patch up what we can, but I'll try to right the ship as much as I can before we get back.
You reckon that to repair the ship in a meaningful way to regain its speed, it would require some sort of like, it would have to be taken out of the action for a time.
Sure.
Otherwise it would not limp per se, but it would be at this reduced speed. The crew itself, you haven't lost anyone important, but your ranger contingent is
my ranger though right beside me.
Yeah, you haven't lost the captain, you haven't lost Zoom, you didn't lose like the AI or anything that's keeping this thing aloft.
Dangle
but
Pangle's
you did
still alive
lose.
and kicking.
Yeah, Dangle
Thank
Pangle's
God.
still down there. Thank God it didn't hit his core of explosive experiments.
Oh god.
There's a reason we
Which is a
avoided fire.
But yeah, some of your ranger contingent has taken a beating as well.
Okay.
So you're about a 3/4 capacity at this point. A good dozen have died just from that little onslaught alone.
All right. Take a bit of a silence.
It's about this time that an imp flies up on the singed and charred. Right? He's like, "I got a message for you. from that other ranger that you, whatever. They're,
What you
they're
got?
leaving the eastern. They're leaving the eastern gate. She's gonna be aboard the Ovellan Sky.
So we've lost the east. Right. Let's rendezvous with the Ovellan Sky. Move.
All right, let's go.
Better run, boy.
It's
And
about
I'll
this
just
time as well that
supporting fire.
another imp approaches the Sky Dancer, and you hear it say, "We have reports for you. The Wolf Crest Gate continues to hold. My guys down in Full Arch are telling me that things are looking grim there as well. I was also instructed to tell you that there are assassins somewhere in the city. Captain Oswald is dead." That's it.
Captain Oswald.
He's the
Sorry.
captain of the guard, and
Okay.
Captain Oswald is dead, assassinated within the city walls.
Okay.
Have you warned the others about the assassin?
I came to you guys first, actually.
Go tell the others. Hurry up! What are you waiting for?
Is there anyone in particular you want me to tell first?
I think Vulcan was off on his own. I think he'd be the most susceptible.
Okay then. And he flies off. Where would you guys like to take the Sky Dancer?
So
Yeah.
he was saying, was it the Wolfcrest Gate that was falling, or the
No,
Blackfire?
the northern gate is held by the Divine Trio.
Yeah.
But
It was-
the eastern gate was abandoned by Trixie and is now at risk of
Basically
being
overrun.
overwhelmed.
Okay.
yeah.
At risk, we'll say.
East probably needs the most support, I'd say.
Yes, if we're yeah.
But he
We know
also
it's-
mentioned that the Pearl Arch is now being pressured,
Where is that?
which indicates to you that
Pearl
these
Arch.
troops
okay.
have moved to here.
Okay. Okay, then
And
we'll get
it's
into
a longer stretch. It's a longer stretch, but the Pearl Gate is now being laid siege to, where previously it had light resistance, if any.
Gotcha.
Yeah, I would say east, because that's
Yeah.
closest to our
Yeah. Our
offensive
retreat
objective.
point.
There's more
Yeah.
buffer to the left, and they may just go straight to the castle. So
Yeah. Yeah, I agree. So I'll
Who
go
else
with
has
that.
an heroic? Who still has an heroic inspiration left? I think everyone actually used theirs.
Yeah, I'd use mine for 3 arrows at a time.
yeah, I have used mine.
I think the holdouts were Koss and Bud.
No, they're not.
We'll exclude Samuel from this for the moment, just because it's not fair.
Yay.
And I think
Oh.
we used to do
He's no hero.
He uses his to
Say
kick
again.
one of the scourges in the nads.
Yeah.
Oh no, he used it for something else
Oh
Use
right,
it
yeah, he
for-
was like,
for,
something, right? Or something.
when he was talking with the sun. Yeah.
Yeah, yeah,
But regardless, you all get it back.
yay,
Yay!
Huzzah!
hey, 1,000
So you
huzzah.
guys move east to reinforce the gate.
Yes.
By this point, Trixie would have attempted to board the Ovellan Sky and hold whatever archer contingent over the Wolf Crest and this northeastern stretch as it takes loops around. The battle continues in this vein for another hour or so. You guys begin taking hits, taking damage, taking... It's impossible not to with the numbers that are occurring here. I would like everyone to... Well, actually, hang on. Let me think about this. Everyone roll a d6 for me.
Huh. Someone messed
Okay.
up.
What the?
Where is did I roll as somebody else?
Did you roll as Trixie?
Yes, I did. I was like, where the hell is my roll in here?
You said D6.
It was like
Yes,
someone
it was
didn't roll
D6.
D6s.
So far, everyone has rolled these D6 except for or a 6.
Combo breaker.
Aw.
Oh, did I not roll? There we go.
Statistically impossible. It's not your fault.
Oh, 4.
Hey!
Two
Breakers unite!
I will say for the amount that you rolled is you mitigate off of 18. Give your if you rolled a 6, take 12 damage. If you roll a 4, take 14. Yes, please. Just by sheer like whittling down of your wherewithal, as the true, you just get nicks and dings throughout this trip.
You take what? 12 damage? You said?
For you, yes.
Okay.
Oh, not you. For Zoom. Also,
Okay.
Scud. Sorry, Scud. You don't need to take Scud and River. You don't need to take this, but we're getting to you in a second. I was talking about who was in the wall. I didn't even think twice. You want to take the damage? Feel free, but there's no need.
Okay, so 12 damage for those of us in that rolled a 4.
14 if you rolled a 4.
Oh, then 14. My bad.
Yeah, the damage is 18. Mitigate by what you roll.
Yeah.
The
Including
lumbering
those in-
siege monsters. Sorry.
Including those in Sky Dancer?
Yes.
Okay, gotcha.
People are shooting arrows back as your ship goes over. A stray spell will come across. Like it's just the furore of being in a siege and a battle. Like nobody's gonna come away unscathed. But for you guys, because you are heroic, it's and you are veterans, battle hardened and sturdy. These sorts of things affect you a little less. Though a ground war in Asia is not exactly what you were expecting for this sort of thing. So,
Inconceivable.
but it was. It was conceived in my own mind. Now, we will move away for a moment as things continue to escalate. I'll remove these guys for the moment. I remove them. Now, how do I remove everything else? All of you, fuck off. Let me look through my notes here as things progress. Pressure continues to escalate here, and as well on the river garrisons. The low side in South Quilter remains the last bastion untouched at this moment. However, up top at the Fish Bridge is an entirely different story. As the as Bright Road and their gate have to turn their attentions away from diversion and into their own defense, troops begin gathering on that garrison and these guys here.
You cut out. Troops begin
At
gathering at the
garrison.
garrison.
River Garrison on the east now begins pressured because the Rangers have to see to their own defenses on the eastern gate.
Are these ones? These are assaulting the garrison and not.
Correct,
With
yes.
The Bright Road. Okay.
Yes. They're assaulting Fish Bridge.
Oh, there. Okay.
Trixie's efforts to drive things down toward the river is bearing some fruit, but it's a desperate hold, we'll say, at this point.
Well, wasn't the plan for Sky Dancer to go and reinforce east side?
Yeah, but they
what was
can't
the
do
idea?
everything all at once.
Yeah, but once we came
Like
back,
they're en route, but things will happen in that enduring moment because you guys went away and you're moving slower. All right, let's see here. Saboteurs between the walls. We already talked about that. All right. cut back to the world map. I'm also keeping an eye on the time. It is 10 till 10, so let's keep it up. You guys are making good pace.
Base.
Hot going hot. Let's find some music, shall we?
Can it be Muzak?
No, I meant music. What's this one?
Where's the shanties, Papa?
I don't have any. All the shanties live in here.
Where's the corporate clowny, Papa?
As you guys pass over a smoldering ruin of Ovella, as purple flame envelops the once beautiful city. It's not the total destruction that... This is a wild track, honestly.
It's very wistful.
This is very Nathlon. I wasn't expecting this.
Yeah.
Oh, like you're introspective over Ovella. She has arrived. But you look out over the destruction. It is not the crater that Vryland was. Parts of the city still stand, but a massive explosion and fire has spread from a center point and has just enveloped the outer perimeters of the town in blue and orange flame. Or, I'm sorry, purple and orange flame. Yeah. Is that what it was? No. He was ice and fire, right? Blue and orange flame. Blue and orange. Streaks of purple. But it mixes and coalesces together. But the entire place seems to be in flames. Both of you having no serious connection to Ovella, other than you, River, just your erstwhile brother, having come from here recently, citing strange events. You're not sure what sort of impact this is going to have on the city itself. But what do you guys do? What is your decision? Does this change anything on your path forward?
I mean, seeing Ovella be like meteored, basically.
Essentially.
I mean, I have a feeling I know what it is, but
do you though? Roll a sell me on a check if you want to try and identify more information.
how about nature?
And what sort of details are you attempting to suss out?
Well, I've seen this thing twice before now, right? Or at least heard things of this. Like we saw it in Sky Peak. We saw it. Well, we know that it happened to Vryland.
You know what happened to Vryland, yes.
Yeah.
That was before you guys joined the became the primary party in general. Roll your nature check and let's see. Regular inspiration is still on the table.
Do I want to use it on this though? I'll try it, I guess.
Sweet. Hey,
Great.
one more.
Well, it's
That was
improvement.
enough. It's less so. You certainly recognize it. Say it aloud for the people who haven't put it together yet.
I mean, it's the fucking astral dragon thing that was shooting fire. Sure, that's
That you had your big confrontation with beneath the bunker of Sky Peak with Cronash. It is indeed. It shares all the similarities, though you were unable to see the direction it came from, the approach at all of the creature. And it's impossible to suss out any more detail with an 11 as to the implications of what that means. But it must have been close, you assume.
Well, I remember that it was going after like sources of magic to like feed on or something. Because that's what it was doing at Sky Peak, or at least it was like had something to do with the Dragonborn, because it seemed to care about that they were doing like magic experiments on Dragonborn, at least in Sky Peak's instance.
Well, you can certainly make
or
your own
just
assumptions
drawn-
with the knowledge you do remember,
Yeah,
player knowledge wise.
or just like drawn
Privileged.
to like a source of arcane energy or something is why it came. I don't know exactly why, but because we had other things to do.
You can roll a history check, and because I was the DM, I remember, but
Sure.
drawn to sources of magic, it seems.
Yeah.
Why it selects the targets the way it does, you haven't the slightest fucking idea.
So River, I think, would just say like, well, Ovella seemed to be up to something weird, and this dragon seems to just be going around to places where weird things are going on and nukes them. So I'm just like,
Yeah,
River
but
just like,
Fryland being small
much
enough
we can
to wipe off the map in one go, Ovella seems to remain in some capacity. But in one shot, it has decimated this city in a ruinous, to a ruinous effect.
River's just like, once this is done, we really have to go back. Because Skypeak was what, like a week ago in game? It was like,
I broke out. What did you guys hear last? I keep getting messages. My internet's going in and out.
oh, I was just saying like, I mean, it hasn't been that long in game since Skypeak. It's been like a week, like in game.
Correct.
So
Now make your assumptions off of that. I know my timeline, and it's accurate.
So I don't know. River's just like, well, we really got to deal with that. It's becoming a huge problem. If every week he's gonna just go take out a city, like bad. That's the next thing on the docket.
Scott, why don't you also roll an intelligence check, history or something similar?
Yeah. I can do history.
It's a big dragon.
Like you said,
It's a dragon.
big ass dragon. Sky Peak was the home of the Mage Guild, so probably a lot of magic there. Who the fuck knows? But if you agree with River in that if it will do this weekly, that's not great.
Yeah.
Not a fan of that. So where the fuck did my music go? Hey yo, if I play the Mountain King, is this gonna be like the Mountain King or like? I was thinking more Halls of the Mountain King, but okay.
No, that's what I was going for. That's what I was
was
going for.
I was like, oh, I guess I'm wrong.
Yeah, I think River, when he went to Avella too, was just like, we can't be deterred. We have like a purpose. We need to like meet up with the prince. So I think when we had last left, we were like just able to see their stuff, right?
See who stuff. Oh yeah, on the horizon line.
Like,
Yes, you could.
Yeah. So
You can see the flotilla moving in your direction.
Yeah. I think we should probably continue on to the flotilla.
Agreed.
Very good.
Yes.
And we'll do so. Hey, music, can you play, please? Thank you.
No.
All right. You guys, as clouds, fly off over the mountainous regions of Nadir, toward the gate of Elandris. I would say only Scud would have spent any amount of time on the overworld long enough to have any sort of history for the Gate of Alondris. So go ahead and roll a history check, Scud.
Yeah.
You've been embroiled in a lot. Just a lot. But the Gate of Alondris is not one of them. The gate itself is steeped in mystery, just a closed door that leads to God knows what. And you have no further insights into anything other than that. It's just one of those folklore things that, like, it is a intricate and ornate gate and has remained so for all of time, as far as you're concerned. Many cultures have just splintering theories, lots of stories, but none of them add up to anything meaningful. And for you, you have no insight into anything more than that.
Fair enough.
Very good. Now, we will move along to... Where did I put them? Where is Oswin? There we go.
Oswin is dead.
Oswin's alive.
Yes.
Wait.
Griswold is dead.
Yeah.
Oswin's
Oh,
alive.
Ah,
I
yeah.
knew Oswin.
Negative inspiration for
Oh,
not
okay.
following along.
I thought you said Oswin.
Inspiration to me. But this is your prince. And as you approach the flotilla, you got several. How do I say this? The Sky Dancer is a nice ship, however, has been retrofitted to and repaired. You guys brought it up out of a scrapyard to suit your purposes, right? These ships are mint. These guys are nice. They are filigreed. They are manned to the gills, right? What these would be the equivalent of are frigates of normal ships, heavily armed ballista. You see people crawling up and down, soldiers crawling up and down. They've got their own contingents of Marines. And at their center is something of like a sloop, like a smaller ship, a smaller vessel, but it's sleeker, longer. Looks like it's meant for speed. Clearly remaining here to be as a unit. By count, you reckon there are 7 ships here. 2 large person carriers, 4 heavily armed frigates, and one ship that you, Scud, recognize immediately as the prince's ship, his own personal vessel.
I see.
You guys have finally arrived. What do you guys do?
Try and look for the prince, I guess. Well, in cloud form.
Yeah. I assume we can communicate well in this form with each other.
No,
Nope.
actually, you can't.
Oh, okay.
Oh.
We can shape ourselves as clouds into shapes, but that's about it.
Okay.
Did I
Cloud
actually
shapes.
share the artwork? I don't
Yeah.
know if I
Yeah,
did.
yeah.
If I did,
Yeah.
great. Yeah.
It's in a
okay.
bit, but yeah.
I'm dumb enough not to, so I just want to double check.
That's a Crucible night.
Oh, shit.
What if he is?
Cool armor.
Then I parry him.
What happened to the
You
other
can
one?
try.
Summon spirit ashes.
Summon myself.
I don't use
We'll talk about
'cause
that
I'm not a
later.
filthy cash. I'm just kidding.
We're getting like Elden Ring gatekeeping. What's happening here?
I was gatekeeping my own enjoyment for a long time. That way. I was like, I'm getting my shit pushed in. This sucks.
This isn't fun.
I'm not having fun. literally, wolves go out and die so I can at least kill this other thing. Give me some breathing room. River, go ahead and roll a basic intelligence check.
So a D20.
Damn.
You don't know what that threat would be. No fucking clue.
Natural 2.
Scud, you know exactly where the prince was likely to be, but River, you have no idea. So
I'll follow
the two of you
Scud.
cannot communicate.
My cloud form just becomes a little question mark. Like,
Okay.
That's communicating, dog. Negative inspiration to you.
Here we go.
This is now a game of charades, except you cannot use your hand signals. You're just two farts in the wind.
All we are is farts in the wind.
All we are is farts in the wind. What do? Let's go.
I'm following Scud.
Yeah.
I got a siege going on. Wheelchair's under fire.
Ah!
Scud will, like,
Bird flare!
just, like urge towards the prince's ship. Assuming
I'll follow you.
everyone would follow. Yeah.
Go ahead. Whatever.
Yeah.
Just go.
Yeah.
And you do so. Do you guys just alight on the deck, or do you attempt to do anything before that?
Let's just go directly to the helm now.
Sounds like a very River thing to do, though.
Well, River
pirates.
apparently doesn't know where the helm is. He's
Oh.
never been on
We're
this
taking over the
before.
ship. Avast! The ship be ours.
It's probably this door.
Proud dad.
I would just
Sorry,
follow-
anecdote.
I
Total
would just follow
anecdote.
Scud's,
I had a proud dad moment the other day where I was like talking like a pirate to Samara, and I got to say, I was like, say "arr," and she was like "arr." I was like, "Arr." Arr. We're gonna drive you mom crazy. And she was like, "Avast, you swab." I have a poopy diaper.
Aw.
Anyway, I'm sorry. Go ahead.
What a dad.
That's me.
Uh,
My dad's son.
Dad after my own heart.
Dad after my dad's heart.
um,
I'll kind of follow Scud's lead because apparently my brain is just not working.
yeah. Scud would, like, I guess, arrive just on deck, and I guess we would just shift our shapes back to ourselves on deck.
Sounds good. It takes a minute to change shape, and
Okay.
as you do so, like as you alight upon the deck and start shimmering with magic,
Yeah.
it's immediately noticed, and you see, and I'm being intentionally vague for a reveal later on, which I think would be cool for everybody, but you're suddenly surrounded by knights, all with varying weapons, who are drawn against you.
I figured.
There's about, I actually know the exact amount. Un, deux, trois, 6 of them. And they all are ready for you. One waves their hands, and both of you instantly pop out of your forms as the magic is dispelled. And poof, you collapse unceremoniously, unprepared for your sudden transformation to
Saves
have
us some
legs
time,
once more.
honestly.
But you're surrounded by knights, hostile, with their weapons drawn on you.
River puts his hands up and just says, "We had sent a message. We are here from Wiltir. My name is River Hey Shadow.
Assuming
And my
Scud still
companion
has his
Scud-
amulet. He would just hold that in the
You
air.
do?
Yeah.
Okay. Perfect.
And,
Um,
yeah.
roll a persuasion check with advantage. Do you say anything as you hold it up, or just you see, you can immediately tell their race. They're wearing very stylized armor. Again, being vague on purpose, but they all look to one other, who is colored a certain way. And as they look to him, he just nods his head, and they all fall back. But they're not. They don't come off their guard. They all just hold their weapons at the ready, just sort of like in a relaxed back foot stance. And they say, "We shall send for the king."
The king.
I guess he is king now, huh?
Well, the king is
Just-
dead. Long live the king.
Interesting.
There's a flurry of activity around this ship because, likewise to the others, this one still has a crew and a manning. But these 6 knights seem enough that the rest of the crew don't seem all that concerned about you, such as their rapport and reputation amongst this crew. But a runner is sent off, and Prince Oswin appears as seen previously. As he approaches and sees your outstretched hand, Scud, with his emblem in his hand, he removes his helmet. He's a princely figure. What you would expect, what you would expect out of a prince, you see in his face. Sharp features, very trim goatee, black hair slicked all the way back. Not in like a nefarious mustache twirling way, but it suits his features well, and he bears himself regally as he cocks the helmet off to one side. It's opposite his wing, and he's got a single wing off to one side that kind of folds, but it flexes but folds against his back as he approaches. His bronze armor clacks as he approaches, but it doesn't seem to weigh him down in any serious way. It seems he wears it like a second skin. Get back to Koss because I know him the best, but Koss wears his armor, and he's comfortable in it. But this figure wears it as though it's just clothing, not plate. He says, "Well met, Scud. Skudsky, you are known to me.
It is an honor to see you in person, my prince.
I assure you the honor is mine. Your deeds are known. Well talked amongst our court.
That is great to hear. I wasn't sure if we would be strangers when we met.
In dire times, strangers must be allies. Friends,
Indeed.
even if you would. Now introduce me to your friend."
My friend here, this is the river. He is the one who brought us here so hastily. So I have much gratitude for him.
And I have much gratitude for you both, for the deeds you claim to have laid within my city. Tell me, how fair is Wiltier?
Not good.
Well,
This is why we're here.
Well, you know, doing good. Hanging in there.
I feel like going for a vacation.
Things are fine.
Pretty much like
It says, Your Highness, I fear your city is on the brink of disaster.
Yeah.
We must make all haste.
After last eve, I fear the entire kingdom is in danger. Tell me, have you passed over Ovella?
We did.
Yes.
yeah.
Yeah, that's a problem for another day.
He says, I wish to hear of it now.
I say there is a. Do we don't remember a dragon? The dragon doesn't have a specific name, does it? I don't think it. Or we
It
didn't
does,
get
and
any-
you guys would
any?
only know of it as the Doomwaker of the Sky.
Yeah.
Okay.
But there's one very important detail as well, I think. Yep. There's one very important detail that goes in hand with that. Inspiration of the person who remembers what the Doomwaker of the Sky is in relation to the prince. I know it was a long time ago. What was that? Say that
Wasn't
again?
it his bro? Or at least-
Bingo. Brother. His
No.
brother. Inspiration
Oh.
to you.
Ooh, I'll give it to Bill. To River. His shadow.
Zoom.
River has it. Zoom does not.
Oh, I
But
thought
I'll-
you used your inspiration to.
I thought you used it for the nature check.
I thought I got it from something else. At some point, you said inspiration, and I marked it.
Okay.
But if not, I'll take it
Oh,
out.
I mean, if
Third.
you don't
Take it
have
now.
one,
I
take
didn't
it.
say that.
I shall take it now.
So you can be a nature boy once more.
Woo!
Well played.
I just say, unfortunately, Your Highness, I believe the Doomwaker of the Sky laid waste to a villa not long before we arrived. Perhaps, would you have any influence over your brother?
You see his brow, like the crease between his brows furrow, and he's just. Fortunately, I have little influence over my brother's affliction. He's borne it since we were born. Much the same as I have, but in different ways. I am blessed and most fortunate to be able to control mine. You are sure of this?
Unless there was a second dragon that meteors down from the sky and rains purple fire on things, and I sincerely believe it to be the same.
There's a second dragon.
Take it a dragon. It's in a villa.
Some guy just comes in. He says, "Your wits would fit a jester in my court. Yet what you speak is true. There is no other."
I just say, it seems his hunger grows. The frequency of his attacks seem to have increased.
He looks contemplative for a moment, and he says, "I was clearly led astray. The reports we heard from Vrylan were that these attacks were unrelated. But it's clear to me now that his attacks are numerous. I have been away too long.
Indeed, we would hope to speed your return, if it please you, Your Highness."
Yes.
He looks down his nose at you and he says, "You are impertinent. Your tongue shall get you in trouble some day. What pleases me is that I wish to see this kingdom secure. There are far too many threats that need my attention.
I agree. I am not disagreeing with what you say. By any means. I'd say, but by kingdom, you are referring to Hwiltir, are you not?
By kingdom, I refer to Odasses.
River just makes a mental note that he seems to fancy himself king of all of Odasses now.
River will remember this.
I would say, with your general knowledge, just to clear up any sort of misconception, the king in Hwiltir was the king of Odasses.
Okay, I thought they were all kind of separate.
They were all together until the awakening in heart. Much easier for factions to try to claim independence or other things to kind of slip through the cracks. Imagine this continent on the world map, but one piece. Ovella was a close neighbor to Hwiltir until things broke apart. That's general knowledge. Everyone would know this. Vrylin as well was like kind of nestled somewhere in between Kingsport and Kingsport didn't even exist until there was an ocean there to become a port. So,
well, I think what I'm trying to get at then is that is he concerned with more with his brother or with the threatened Hwiltir right now?
Interesting. Roll an insight check.
Please, dice above a 10.
Ooh,
Thank you.
pretty good.
A Zenthus prayer, if ever I've heard one. Please, anything in double digits. I'll take anything. 11 would be great.
Not double digits. Anything above 10.
What you see on his face is a sudden. He has a great many things on his mind. And as he's returning from a southern garrison where he was placed in defense of Odasses, with whatever problems he's leaving there, he's now coming back to a continent completely under siege and on so many fronts. Like, if you want to enumerate the problems, like you in your own mind, Nathlon has been flipped. Ovella just got hit with a meteor. Hwiltir is under siege. Monsters run rampant over this place. He is, with a 24, you would even say that like it's killing him because he wants desperately to go to his brother. He wants desperately to defend his home. But so much draws his attention and is required of him now.
Like looking in a mirror.
Do you fancy yourself a king?
No, I fancy myself someone with a brother who's seeing a lot wrong with the world and too many things going on.
I stand corrected. That's a fair insight.
Nice.
That's a fair insight.
Love it.
Then I would say, you, given this sort of knowledge, are you going to attempt to convince him one way or another? He seems split at the moment of what he should do.
I'll hold out the emerald, or no, the emerald eye, the ruby eye. That was Cloud's. And I hold it up and I say, this once belonged to my brother. I empathize with your plight more than you could know, Your Highness. I say, but at the moment, we must focus our efforts on the very present threat to your people. They should be the first in your mind in this case. And I say, then we can turn, once the threat in Hwiltir is quelled, then I recommend we take aim at the problem with your brother.
Roll a persuasion check with advantage.
Dice, please.
Don't fuck me.
Oh, nice! Ooh. Thank goodness for advantage.
He says, and what if my brother decides to strike Wiltier next?
Then let's pray he hits the enemies first.
He snorts. A fine gesture you would make. He looks to you, Scud. What say you?
Although you say he speaks of a jester, he is a wise being deep down, River.
I do have a 20 in that.
Very meta.
Mechanically, he is wise.
These numbers tell me so.
I have it on my adventurer certification here that I am very wise.
It is a 20. That is the highest.
I had to break myself.
I'm told by my
into 20.
I'm told by my Myers-Briggs test I'm quite wise.
I'm intuitive, feeling.
All the marks of a wise person.
Yeah.
Continue, please. I'm sorry.
Yeah, just I was gonna be like, with your help and your flotilla down the line, hopefully we can defeat the siege, and even if your brother comes through, we will be there and prepared. We just came all this way for your help for this siege.
His gaze seems to linger on you a little bit, and he says, what is your stake in all this? What is thine stake in all this?
Is he asking Scud?
Why do you fight? Yes.
I fight for friendship. I fight for my new comrades. I fight for honor. And I fight for you, my prince. As you can tell, I am also a dragonborn, and I've looked up to you for many years. So it will be an honor to fight by your side.
Give a persuasion check with advantage. Also, real quick, is your stream down?
Is it?
It's
I don't know. It's
still
loading
going.
on my screen. That could just be my internet. Okay.
Yeah, it's still good.
Just want to double check.
Okay, yeah, it's still on.
Persuasion with advantage, please.
Yes, sir. Oh my god. It's so high.
Oh. Wow, you have a lot of persuasion. Damn.
Not great, but it's still enough. You see something in his back straighten. He says, as he looks directly into your eyes, you guys are about level height. You're pretty tall.
Yeah.
He's like, very well. He looks to you, River. You're right. I should place mine relationships aside. And the people of Avella, you see his fists clench. He has made his choice, but he wants to hear it. Do you know of their fates?
I do not. Though, if it is the Doomwaker, the same Doomwaker that we saw that happened to the folks at Sky Peak, there's a good chance there will be very few survivors. Though,
Closes.
I do say, we did spy as we were coming into Avella that there were ships leaving Ovella before we arrived. The portmaster gave us an icy reception and would not tell us what the purpose of those ships were, but they were very great in number. So there is a good, hopefully a chance that was an evacuation of some kind, or some type of dispatching of troops. So either way, there are at least some from Avella that will have not been there during the encroaching doom.
His gaze goes distant as he looks past you, and he says, "And that does my heart good to hear." Something steals within him, and he says, "How many can you take?"
Good question. With Windwalk,
Time for math.
I think it's myself and up to 10 willing creatures.
Damn.
So 11 total, including me. So 9 of us if after Scud and myself.
He says, "Myself and my knights shall suffice." And as he says that, the 6 that surrounded you all surround him, like back and facing you, and all kneel around him. He says, "We shall turn the tides and see these cults broken upon our walls. Come, take me to my
River's fine.
city."
River gives him like a I don't know, like a fist bump, basically.
Handshake.
He's just like,
I'm just like, yes.
Okay.
Your added might shall also turn the tides, as well as feel like your presence will be a bolster to the morale of the army currently fighting.
Yes.
"Let us hope it comes soon enough." And he turns to his crew. He says, "Your king leaves you for but a moment. Make way to Whiltia. Ignore all on your path. Come, we fly to war. My wind shall speed us on our path." And as he lifts up, his wing unfurls. He rises slightly off the ground, and a great wind just sort of like carries you, like just blows past you somewhat. What do you wear, River? You wear like
I have like a robe.
not
I wear, like-
robes, but like
yeah, I wear like leather armor. Or what armor do I wear actually?
regardless of what you wear,
Yeah.
you feel like a sudden gust of wind just blow past you all as he rises off the ground, and you know your time to leave is nigh.
Well, I do have spell slots that I need to recover today.
No, that's right.
Oh.
So we might need to leave tomorrow, but if there's any way you could go as fast as possible on this ship to cover as much ground as possible, that would be...
As he
I
kind
do.
of floats down toward you and just steps right into your space, like no personal space at all. And he lifts your chin up like this, just like, and you're looking up at him.
Kiss.
He says,
Eyes are sparkling.
Kiss.
all he says is, he just says, "Your king wills you. Take me to Whiltia." And you feel yourself enervated with sudden
Entered.
surge of
Oh.
magical energy.
Oh shit! He's
Whoa.
giving you some spell slots.
And he gives you the spell slot back.
Awesome.
Damn,
Take his
that's some princely shit.
That's awesome.
I was
Uses
joking.
command spell to like...
Says kiss. the
River just
tip.
says, harder!
Joking.
Joke. I like it.
Ooblulu.
I know it comes back around.
It does.
Out river.
I have it's freezing. You think for a moment in game that he has cast a command spell on you, but as you like regain yourself, as you
Turns out
stand
it's
before this
just
kingly
love.
presence, it's just horny. That's
What?
all it is.
What? Holy.
I don't know. Make your inception fall in love with him if you want, dude. I don't
Yeah,
care.
how does Scud feel about this?
What?
What is this? Oh.
Suck and fuck.
Anyway, you turn into gas.
Horny shit just turns into gas.
Oh, you made me gas.
So it's him and the 6 knights. So 7.
For 7 plus you 2 for 9.
Okay, and nobody else wants to come.
He
And
says
you!
this is enough.
I'm playing Galaga. Thought we couldn't see him.
He just says this is enough.
All right. And we become galaxy cloud little comet shaped things, and we go.
With the wind at your back and sudden speed, you ride the sky back toward Wiltir, over the burning ruins of Avella. Go ahead and both of you roll perception checks as you pass over. With a 20 and a 16, both of you notice that the 6 knights, it's hard as things intermingle to pick out who is who in this array. The knights are multicolored, but in gas form, they're all the same shape. And even the prince holds no sort of like princely figure as a fart cloud. But the 6 always tail behind the 1. And it's very clear to you who is in the lead. And it's regardless of whether River, you are in the lead because it's your magic, or Scud, the prince leads because he knows the way home. And he knows his lands. As you pass over Avella with a 20 and 16, you can still see it's only been hours. The fires continue to burn. Things spill out past the city walls. Do either of you wish to look for something in particular that I can tell you? One thing.
River's gonna look for the port master.
You look
I
to
guess
the port.
I'm looking at the port. Yeah, I'm looking at the
You're
port.
looking at the port, and even the sea is on fire.
Ooh, well,
That's
not
pretty
looking
cool.
good.
Whatever ships remain in this port that you had seen previously burn and are ash and wreck. There should be no port here until it is cleared. This place is now a graveyard. What about you, Scud?
Yeah.
Looking for anything in particular?
Is there any? I'm like doing a throwback. Any like in it like Cause was known as, or they called Cause the Scourge of Avella a long time ago.
Shit.
Yeah,
Shit.
it did.
I guess yeah. I don't know if there's any like in the city like any indication of his like
Wow,
yeah.
such
God
a deep
damn.
cut.
We're ready for that.
Just, like,
I wasn't ready for that. I didn't think anybody remembered that, honestly. You guys heard that in Dunhollow.
yeah.
From cloud, I think.
Yeah. That was before Sky Peak.
It was.
Yeah.
As you look down, looking down into the city, you pause for but a moment to look down into the center crater that became the city. Would you, as Ross, say, has Scud ever been here before?
No.
The features that remain are unknown to you. Nothing from the ruin that you can see would indicate anything that costs. Like, there's nothing about the features of this place that would say Koss was the Scourge. But you look down into the center of the city and you see just a gaping chasm that goes to an infinite depth. To what end you can... And no light and no fire here.
We lost you
Yeah, we
at
lost you.
what
Robot.
end?
Repeat that last 10 seconds.
Yeah, you're talking about a gaping chasm at the center.
A gaping chasm,
There you
and
go.
no light can illuminate its depths. Surrounded by fire of multicolors, there is no bottom to this chasm that is opened up into the center of Ovella. And while nothing indicates to you any sort of like reason why Koss would be the Scourge, you can't help but wonder, is something you all have done, or that Koss has done, have caused all this? Your pause is noted, and a single cloud doubles back to look at, like, to stand, like, essentially in front of you. And then continues onward at speed. What do you do?
Was this the cloud that was in the front?
Hard to say.
Okay.
But it moves with purpose.
It was Bob.
And I guess six other clouds would fall in behind
it was
it.
Dragonborn Bob.
Alright. Well, Scud would assume it was the prince, and then just kind of hold that to himself and hope. Basically, he was trying to just show the prince what he saw, I guess.
And there was a moment where he saw, looked, paused, but
Yeah.
greater purpose drives him forward.
Yeah.
And so too does you.
Yes.
If you don't already have inspiration, have it. Holy shit. Scourge of Ovella, what the fuck, bro?
Hell yeah.
God damn.
Thanks, notes.
Out of nowhere. That's awesome. I fucking love that. Alright. You guys continue past Ovella into the night. And I have just enough time to take us back to Quiltier. To the rest of you.
The rest of us. I love that game.
Where a giant pounds upon the gates of the Wolf Crest. Let me see what else I have in my arsenal here. This music is also no longer fitting.
I was about to say he's very contemplative as he's.
That's just him. The him hitting the thing.
Yeah, just playing the drums on it.
Yeah. We got a drum circle.
I would
Well-
give you guys this opportunity to reposition yourselves around the map as things shift, as things change. The Wolf Crest Gate is now under heavy assault. The Bright Road now the prime position to fall. Blackfire Reach holds, but just barely. Do you guys wish to redistribute yourself in any meaningful way?
Would we even know that the other gates are gone? That's a far distance away. Like, would we even know?
Imps carry the news on their leathery wings, and their rough New Yorker voices. They're all here, relaying to you the status of the rest of the battle. As time goes on, there are too many gates, and too few of you.
I think Zoom would probably go over and start trying to take out as much as he could at the Bright Road.
Makes sense.
Yeah, but this
Wolf
big
would,
bitch is just now reaching the gate.
Wolf would do the same.
Yeah, I'd probably take a position towards the
also-
the bridges at the river, though. For me. Sorry, what?
No, I was just gonna say you have to also position your airships where you would like them to provide a ranged cover on this place.
Sure.
One ship at each gate, or at least
Yeah.
the top 3 and the Bright Road.
Yeah,
The Sky Dancer on the Bright Road, and then the other 2 at the closest
we'll keep the
gates.
Sky Dancer. Yeah, at the Bright Road. Are you gonna stay on the ship, Wolf?
I mean, if we're doing like strafing runs, then yes,
Okay, I
because
think.
I'd probably be most effective as like an Overwatch.
Same. Yeah.
I almost said the Helldivers once. I'm like, wait, no, that's a different one. That's later.
Is this sort of the orientation you were thinking?
Yeah.
Yeah,
Can't
and
move
then like
Zoom for some reason.
the Sky Dancer kind of.
Say again?
Oh, because the game is paused.
That's why.
Yeah,
Oh,
we
you
can't move
un-
the tokens while it's paused.
Oh,
There we go.
I unpaused the game for some reason. Well, I put my cameras over that
There we
section,
go.
so.
Yeah, now I do that.
But position yourselves accordingly.
Have you disembarked
Vulcan.
the Sky Dancer, Sylvia?
No, I'm just putting myself
Oh, okay.
away from it just so that I could. But I'll be on the Sky Dancer as well with you.
No, but I'm the king of the world.
Yeah, you can be the king. I'll be queen though, as long as you're okay with that. Not maritally though.
So who's Jack and who's
Man, robots don't get any rights.
Who gets to take up the entire door, and who gets to freeze to death in the water, and then throw a priceless jewelry into the ocean. Okay, I have a question for Vulcan then. Your entire front is on the brink of breaking. Yet you hold fast. Do
Okay.
you request any sort of reinforcement? Do you send messages to anyone else? Do you call for
yes.
retreat?
I would call for retreat if I had heard that the other Wolfcrest gate was falling. But in lieu of that,
You are the other Wolfcrest gate.
oh well, but the one that's not mine, like where Bud is. If I have not
I
heard
see.
where
I
they're
see.
falling, then I don't see the need to retreat, and I would request reinforcements.
Okay. I will say Trixie remains aboard. The Divine Trio will come to you guys. Whatever you guys want to do. As you guys reinforce the Bright Road, the Pearl Arch, imps call for reinforcements at the Pearl Arch. So the whole western front, western reach requires reinforcement as well. So I give you this opportunity to place yourselves accordingly before I continue onward.
For great justice.
I mean, we're pretty. Even though we've got this huge guy here, we've got 3 player character people on it. Like, we've got Sam. Maybe we could have the Ovellan Sky move to a position like about here and kind of weave over, like, harassing here and, like, going between them to, like, sort of semi-reinforce Vulcan's wall as well.
Yeah, that
So
sounds good.
you're
We'll have
saying have them split their attention by somehow being through here.
like they'll do like a kind of figure 8, like here.
Yeah.
Alternate strafing runs between the 2 gates.
Yeah, like they'll take like a thing
Really
like
talking
this.
about like that. Yeah, exactly.
Yeah. And then just like pew 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 pew, like while they're on this part, they'll like pew 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 this way, and while on that part, they'll pew 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 that way.
No, I think that makes sense. That's sort of what you had going on this side.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Are we gonna let the pearl arch fall and then collapse upon it? Is that kind of it's like right now? I
Yeah,
can't imagine
I
like splitting up anyway.
I think of the things that are currently on fire can burn the longest. If that makes sense. I
So it's
figure
Spoken
they're-
like a developer.
This is P3.
Yeah, like
Zero.
first we gotta reboot the servers, man.
Oh
Then
god.
we can worry about getting the front page back up.
Yeah.
My rationale is there's the great sprawl that they gotta work through. So at least a little bit of a buffer.
So we're just gonna let it fall though. Okay.
Yeah, and then we can, once we deal with something, maybe like ideally in the east, redirect
Yeah.
resources to go back there.
Yeah.
And be closest to respond.
Yeah, if there's any like rangers or like soldiers on the ground that could potentially be split to kind of like do I don't know, guerrilla hit and run against anything that's coming over here. I don't know what we have, but I'd like to
So I
put
will say
something
that-
over there.
You diverted many of your ranged resources to the airships.
Okay.
Many from Vulcan's front were diverted to the Pearl Arch. To divert
Okay,
any
so they're-
more. Sorry.
So there are forces there? Of ours?
There are forces there. There's nobody like to say that there's nobody there. Like there are forces all along the wall. Right, they're defending there, but it's an overwhelming amount of forces, and without your interdiction, who's to say what'll happen there? For you, Sylvia, as Ranger General, you know that your ranged forces are spread as thin as they can be now. And having lost some on the Sky Dancer and now trying to defend all aspects of air superiority there's a breaking point here soon. To move any forces anywhere would require something has to give. And I would like to make explicitly clear that if one of the gates were to fall, you're now fighting in the streets, okay? So if the Pearl Arch falls, you're now fighting in the sprawl, okay? You're going house to house, you're fighting in alleyways and shit. Like the landscape of the battle changes. So just be aware of that.
Mm. It actually might work in my favor. But yeah, but we have the only known on this side. We have the only right that I remember Trixie mentioning that should be a focus for us to take out because
The only known what?
Scourge on the eastern side.
there's
Oh
another
no,
one.
the Scourges have been fighting all sides.
All sides, okay,
The Scourges
so- Oh,
are
is
what?
there-
Well, you can see one here. That's what Vulcan was fighting
Okay,
individually, and what the Divine Trio have been also combating.
Got it.
But
Okay.
it is a real threat, and has now. By the time you guys reach this wall, is up in that shit.
Are
I
the
have a-
tokens
I have a
at the
suggestion.
Pearl Arch currently accurately representing what our knowledge of that situation is?
Your knowledge for now. Right now, because it is almost 11, what I'm asking of you guys is place yourselves where you want to be. And I'm going to leave you guys with what the state of things as they escalate are going to be.
I have an idea,
Go ahead.
if you would permit. What if we have?
T-Nut, no, just kidding.
No, not a Zoom.
Nito.
As the council. Would this might be something that Trixie would think of, because Brandon's not here, so I'm sort of thinking as Trixie. What if Trixie and perhaps Sylvia, since these are like the streets and maybe the territory of rogues, might be a good spot to like plan ambushes for, like, we kind of have a planned like little retreat of this spot, since these forces seem to be a little bit lesser in number. We have like a sort of planned retreat of the main forces here into the sprawl, and then Sylvia and Trixie lead like a rogue, like fucking guerrilla.
Yeah,
Yes, guerrilla warfare. Yes.
I would love that actually. And if I can get there though, that's the thing. As far as like
I mean, you can take
airship
the ship
transport.
literally.
Yeah,
Need to.
I'd be more than willing to do that, because then if it's fighting in the shadows, at range, then it would favor my style. So
Recall,
yeah,
I've heard 3 people say they'd be willing for that.
I like that.
How many resources are you diverting? Are you diverting an entire airship to that? Because you also did say you wanted these airships at the gates for range
How
support.
about Zoom and Wolf stay at the Bright?
Yeah. Stay.
I can't.
Bright Road.
The Bright Road.
It's the private.
Yeah, and then Skydancer can take Sylvia and then some of the rogues and stuff, and then return to us.
but to focus on the streets. Yes, to
Yeah.
focus the fight at the streets. Okay, so yeah, I'll put myself there. I'll call towards Trixie to with. Hopefully she complies, but yeah, I'd be more than
Send a
down to do
message out for that?
guerrilla strike. Yeah, I will send a message out.
You certainly send a message out for that.
Mhm.
Okay, so you are talking about letting the Pearl Arch fall to take the fight to the streets, but more in ambush guerrilla tactics.
Mhm.
Skydancer
pick them
will
off.
be here for the moment
Mhm.
as things transpire. All right. Anybody else have anything they want to interdict with?
I've got one
All right.
thing.
Go.
That's it.
Got him.
Inspirational. Oh god.
Assuming Reverence could have landed first. Or not
Not yet.
yet? Okay, cool.
At the rate we're going, it's going to be next session. But what I want to leave you with is several things. Your first night of the siege descends upon you. As the darkness falls and you lose sight of forces at large in the surrounding fields, all you can see are the tunneling centipedes with a hellish flame burning below them. You see the forest alight in flame. You see ghostly lights start appearing in... Okay, that's not a token, but we're gonna just run with it. In this area. seems that the larger air units have sort of taken that side as theirs. As for what those tiny things are, we'll play around with that next time. The siege creature has reached the walls. His whole bearing is in the entire encompasses the he may not even be able to fit through the gate. And as he raises his fists in the firelight, you can see the fires burning around the city and the rain of arrows and flame, pitch burning on the field. You can see skulls lining his hands as he rears back. As it lights in flame, and he just punches into that main wolf crest gate. The entire thing shudders, and you feel, Bud, Koss, and Samaville feel the walls shake with his impact. The arrows and light magic that is being cast at him just skate over his hide. He's covered in arrows by this point. But he continues on. The imps report that a creature has appeared at the Pearl Gate.
Oh, great. New creature. Oh, wonderful. It looks so friendly.
Oh, they've got Ultralisks now.
Yeah.
They finally got those, what is it, was it the evolution? No, it's the Ultralisk Cavern? Yeah.
Ultralisk Den. Cavern?
That's it.
Cavern. You're right.
Yeah. I was gonna say Evolution Chamber, but that's Hydra's.
It's Hydra's Den.
They look like just roided out Zerglings.
Rush.
Kick.
I like the little dude for scale.
It should look, well, it's not that quite the scale. Not like the siege guy.
Okay.
The reports you hear, Sylvia and Trixie, is that it leaps over the walls and enters the Great Sprawl. Not even bothering to fight, but it enters the city somewhere on this side. Now, I should say, I'm surprised. You all should recognize that creature.
Do we?
Well, some of you should.
Oh, okay.
It's a
I don't know
Casio.
Is it?
No. No, it's not, is it?
It's not a Casio. No, it's not a Casio.
Be hunting, everybody.
What else can I say? For now, I'll leave it at that. But the lights to the east at the sea grow brighter. Scud and River, you see that a villain fleet draw ever closer. They might actually make it in time. But will it be too late? Who's to say? We'll find out next time. And that'll be it.
D&D!
I love a good
All
scene.
right.
Pulse check. Are we having fun? Or is this too like high level for everybody?
I'm
That was
enjoying
good. I like the pace today. It was. It felt like
Good.
things were happening. So it was good.
Yeah, well, you know, there was too much setup for this, but we got here eventually.
Are we meeting this or next week, or like are we going back to alternating again? How does that work?
That will depend on what Tyler says.
Okay.
But I am open to DMing again next week.
Okay,
and the week
just making
after.
sure.
So
Cool. I'll be here
She'll
regardless.
see.
So just making sure.
we might also argue just to do that, just to get through this.
Okay. Gotcha.
But we'll see. We'll see.
No,
Let me
Mommy
know.
and Daddy, why are you fighting?
Okay. Alrighty. Well, let me copy
Well,
these
thank you, Matt.
notes. Good stuff. Yeah, thank you, Matt. Appreciate it.
Anytime.
Appreciate it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'll have all these bugs in my nightmares
I know there's so many bugs.
as I spray my house furiously for ants.
Oh no. Oh, you too? Fuck, me too. It's been
that time of
it's been
year.
a fucking nightmare.
My house reeks of peppermint now.
Yeah. It's ant season.
I got like a bleach disinfectant that I've been spraying everywhere.
I hate you,
Anyway.
bleach.
You need ant traps? I have ant traps if you need any.
I have some, but ants have stopped going for them.
They've learned.
Yeah,
They're learning.
that or they've expired. Probably the second, but
Yeah, used to it.
Alrighty.
boys.
Let's
Have a
get
good
to it.
night.
Good night, everybody.
Let's get
Night,
to it.
Thank you again. Appreciate it.
Thanks, Matt.
See you next time.
Bye.
Bye.
Night, boys.
Bye.